Hello,
There we
hello.
go. That's a little better. All right, I think we fixed it.
Ah, beautiful.
You can hear me. I can hear
Okay,
you.
I
Everything's
think
lovely.
that we may have another guest as well.
Ha ha ha! Actually, yes, we might have Mr. Mike come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Join me. Join me. I need a name for this save file. Brosentia, do you have any suggestions?
Oh my gosh. The name, what could we do for the name?
Let's see. I want to finish the run, so I think I should be Puppy 3.
Puppy 3?
Hello, hello.
Hey, Mike.
There's no 3,
Hey.
so we're going to get the letter E. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Now we're Puppy E.
Well, you mentioned the origins of this game, so I figured this would be...
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get the timer started, and we have like 3 minutes of me mashing the S key to get started. So why don't you guys go ahead and talk about the origin, and I'll go ahead and dive into this crappy game.
Oh,
So
baby.
the origins of this game is that on the Something Awful forum, I can't remember exactly where in the forum, in 2008, there was a user, and I'm pretty sure he went by the D, as he always does. And he said, I'm developing this game. I'd really like to have you guys test this out. You know, like, see how this game is. And then the game turned out to be this game, and people were like, what is this garbage? And if you're wondering about what kind of garbage this is, you're gonna see very soon with the very, very high definition 4K graphics that are about to appear, that when I first saw them, I think I laughed for about a minute straight and could barely breathe.
Yes, I remember that. The graphics are beautiful, okay? Just get ready. If you've never seen this, get ready.
All right, Fizu, there's many things to explain. So, and you know, some people were trying to give him like serious advice, but for the most part, the D didn't really seem to be picking up on the cues that his game really needed a lot of work and needed a lot of development time. And then he revealed that he spent $1,500 on this game, like somewhere in the thread. 500 or 1,000 of which was used for a music program.
Yes.
As a real quick aside, I just want to throw in there that yes, this is a game that's on PC. It uses keyboard controls. They are mandatory. You cannot remap them. And for whatever reason, you still have to use arrows to select the letters on the screen to name your characters.
Yeah,
you can't actually
and it's freeware. It is, unlike his other games that you have to pay for, he has released this game to the public. So I think if you go, I think it's dragoon.ca, you can download this game if you so feel like.
So I'm going to be doing a lot of safety
Ooh,
saving.
And being the well-programmed game that it is, it will pretty much use up all the RAM in your computer that it can use up.
It also is not designed to let you do this.
It has Hebrew text, or Hebrew font, which is never used in the game.
I think it ran
Yes,
my
there
principal.
is. He does have a game on the on the PlayStation Network for PS4. Skylight 2 something or rather. He's still making games. They are of the same graphics quality.
Yeah. By the way, Koala is currently breaking the game a little bit. We're gonna have some weird cutscene stuff that he does in order to skip large portions of this game. By the way, I see J-Man in chat. Hey, J-Man.
Yeah, there's some wacky stuff that goes on. The bulk of the skipping and breaking of the game that occurs is cutscene-based skips, and I will expect it to crash the game at least twice as we go through the run. Basically what happens is it's, I believe it's technically frame perfect. You have to activate your menu option at the same time that you transition to a new area. You can do it based on dialogue clues, you can do it based on opening doors, you can do it at screen transitions, and we're going to be using that a lot throughout the run to break things in various ways. The tricky part is unbreaking them later, and that's where the crashes come in. Sometimes they're intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Skylight game became viral because the Jimquisition, he pointed it out as an example of the quality of what gets through the PlayStation Network. And I have to say, it's a good example. And since J-Man is in the chat, he is actually the person who introduced me to this game.
It's your fault, Jane.
I think he just gave it to me and dared me to play it for the JRDQ bonus stream 6 years ago. And yeah, I took that dare. And And if you want to see it, there's 2 epic 10-hour sessions of me playing through this game for the first time on YouTube.
Oh yeah, the TV Tropes website.
Your sanity is lacking enough.
TV Tropes refers to those runs as a reason it became popular.
yeah, exactly. So I blew this game up, or as much as it could be blown up, about 4 years after it was released, because despite all of the protests from the Something Awful community, or not really protests, I mean, you know, Something Awful, they're not exactly the nicest sort at times, he still released the game. And he released it, I think, the price was either $10 or $15 when this game was first released.
I think it was 20. I'm not completely sure.
It might have been 20. I don't know, but yes, he wanted people to pay money for this. I mean, he had to recoup the costs of the, you know.
By the way, I do want to say
on the $1,500 budget.
By this point in the game, your game can sometimes crash because of a sound effect. I'm not exactly sure what happens with that sound effect, but I always change it so that the game doesn't crash.
So I found out what that is, and essentially what happens is that the game tries to loop its little 30-second sound clips, but it's really bad at looping it. Also, Cherry's having a problem. You can see her over on the side being stabbed repeatedly in the heart. That's normal. We don't worry about that. That's cool. Also, Alberto's suddenly Cherry. Don't worry about that either. That's good stuff. That's intentional. That is the way we wanted it to run. So a couple quick things that I didn't have a chance to talk about earlier. The biggest skips, obviously, as I mentioned, you do the frame-perfect trick to open your menu. Usually you're doing it to set it up so that you have the ability to open your menu to do it again, to skip into something in the future. It winds up being something that you compound over and over and over again. And there's some skips where I'll have to do it 3, 4, 5 times in a row in order to skip what I'm trying to skip. I'm actually getting really lucky with crits here, so I'm going to go ahead and just wipe these guys out. This guy in the back...
That guy is not having a good day.
Alberto sucks pretty bad, too. Alberto being terrible is going to be a consistent theme throughout the run.
Oh my gosh, Alberto's just the worst. Well, Knight is the worst, but Alberto's also the worst.
Yeah, I would say Knight is worse.
Knight
Jimmy's
is
worse,
by far
too.
the worst character in this game.
I'd say Jimmy is also worse than Alberto.
Oh man, I can't wait till Justin gets home. I'm going to have a burrito.
That sounds pretty good.
I want you to know this, okay? Very important to the run.
I'm drinking a carbonated beverage I like to refer to as the Demon Rush fuel.
Now, for those of you curious, the D, whose site is dragoon.ca, has made other games, specifically the Skylight games, which, like this game, are poorly programmed, have very basic graphic style, to say the least. You know, if you have nothing nice to say nothing at all. And yet, there's something about his games. They have really interesting combat or skill systems that make you, like, kind of interested in the games, even though the games themselves are very poorly made.
If you was one guy in a crew of 100 guys, it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, there was one person who said
that's true.
They had to reinstall Windows because of Skylight 2.
Skylight 2 also blew out CPUs on people's computers.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it caused
the game has
hardware
problems,
failures
Mike.
and overheating and all sorts of other crazy crap.
So install cautiously.
Huh.
So storyline-wise, we've gone to the planet we were expressly told not to go to because we were told then that we were supposed to go there. It makes as much sense as it sounded like when I just explained it. Now we're finding out that all of our crew have been turned into these zombies, and we're just kicking the crap out of them because zombies are bad and whatnot. We're going to spend about...
Especially albino goth zombies.
Yes, albino goth zombies are terrifying. And we'll also spend all of about 3 seconds experiencing remorse for killing our crew.
Oh, I'm crying right here, though. I'm expressing my remorse, okay?
Is your remorse sitting down to watch the Demon Rush
I'm a little
for 3.5
sad that
hours?
because of the skips, you weren't able to look at the graveyard at the beginning of the game and look at Vanilla Nova.
Oh, I love Vanilla Nova. She's the best dead person.
Yeah, so this game has a thing where the names are either the most wildly fantastical names that you've ever seen, or they're the most dull, average names that you've ever seen.
We'll get into the best one in about an hour.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
I mean, we've got Cherry Venus, Alberto Mundo sold.
Yep, he sold the world.
Sold the world away. Knight.
And, we won't spoil the best name in the game, though.
No, not at all. I also want to add that right now we're experiencing Extreme, and Extreme is the limit break system of the game, which is incredibly broken in a lot of ways.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's how you're going to survive some of the battles later in the run, because you just have to abuse the system.
Yeah, we abuse it a couple times here and there. Most of the way through the run, what we're really abusing is a status effect, which is poison, and you'll see why very soon. When we achieve a certain character that can actually cast Poison Dart. But
yeah,
basic premise behind Extreme is it triggers like a limit break would when you're low on HP, particularly if you have low MP or other party members are dead. And it gives you a couple new abilities, replacing everything on the top line of your ability bar, and it replaces your Defend command with Recharge, and the latter is much more important. Recharge works just like Defend does, except it also increases your health and your MP by, I think, 1/6 or 1/8 or whatever, I don't really care. But the important part is that Defending is already broken in this game. It reduces all damage incoming, whether it's magical or not, by 75%. And so if you're recharging, you're reducing it by 75% and healing for free every turn, and it uses less than a full charge of your ATB bar, which is very abusive. So there are some places we're going to just sit here and turtle up while we use Extreme to get through the game.
Not only that, but if you defend and then attack, you deal more damage. So defending is like critical to playing this game.
So we have a lot of dialogue going on here. We feel remorse for killing our crew. You'll see we get this line, and we get this line, and okay, we're done feeling remorse. That was it.
Well, that was...
Yep, we're good now. We're gonna go back to town. We're not done here. There's some crap I want to buy, and we're gonna talk to this guy, and he's gonna be like, "Remember to buy stuff you can actually use, you doof."
Alright, so yeah, the way leveling works is kind of dumb, because the maximum level, if I remember correctly, is 8.
Yes. And we will not get anywhere near that.
Yeah. So imagine a level in this game is like 10 levels in a normal RPG.
Basically. Also, every time you fight a battle, it's like 1 experience.
Yeah.
Like, he really knocked the experience system down.
Every enemy
we're
that you
going
kill,
with the basics.
Every enemy you kill is 1 experience point, except for bosses and special enemies. Special enemies are 8, bosses are 5.
So good.
We'll be fighting a lot of special enemies at the end of the game for about a 30-minute long grind session.
Also, if you fight certain enemies when you are at a higher level, you just get 0 experience instead.
We're going to have a very tough time getting to a high enough level to not get experience points from anything throughout the run. But I should explain a little bit about what's going on right here. This is sort of intended to teach us how tanking is going to work, and we're going to send Alberto over here to tank all 4 of these dudes by himself, because he is pretty cool, and he's going to go ahead and get punched in the face for us. That's really Alberto's job throughout the run. He's going to heal out of combat and get punched in combat. That's his only job. Cherry and Knight are here to kick the crap out of these other guys, and Knight is important for a lesson we're supposed to learn very, very soon. Looks like Knight
each character kind of has a role, quote unquote, like certain stats that that are very good for them and certain stats they're poor in. And Alberto's is basically just taking hits because he has high defense.
Yeah, they have inherently high stats for certain categories, and then the stat growth is really weird. The stat system's actually very interesting. The stats are all broken, but the way that the stats work is excellent. The basic premise is that when you gain experience points, it's not statted with level. It's just periodically you get bonuses to whatever stat the character is supposed to be good at. So Alberto will get defense points more frequently than other things. Knight will get magic points more frequently than other things. I'll talk about that in a minute. But more or less what you're doing is getting all these points that you haven't yet spent. They just sit there unused until you commit to using them. And you can actually go to a machine in inns and cafes to swap your points for other types of points by spending in-game currency. And it's very expensive to get speed, but everything else is really cheap, so we're going to min-max the crap out of these guys as they develop.
Oh, yeah.
Oops, we're not Knight AA, we're just Knight. Hi, Knight. You can call me Knight, because I'm a Knight. Knight's...
what a great name.
He's a misnomer in a lot of ways. He's the armored guy with the horn on his head, but he's also the black mage of the game. He's got terrible defense, terrible speed, but he's got very high magic attack power. He's quite a glass cannon.
Yeah, there is one other character later on, Pound, who has pretty high magic as well, but I think as soon as you can avoid using Knight, you pretty much don't use him again.
Yeah, we're going to use him twice in the run, that's it. And then one time he's going to be a bad guy. Spoilers. Right now what we're doing is intentionally getting into these battles. Think of this working like Earthbound, where the enemies are on the map and you can potentially avoid them. They are faster than you and they are able to run in straight lines without having issues with the terrain. We're going to have lots of issues with collision throughout the course of the game. That's just the way it's programmed. Nothing I can do about that. But we want to intentionally get into these fights, because if you get into the fight while they still have that little red exclamation point on their head, we get a preemptive attack. Enemies can get preemptives too by hitting the backside or the sides of our sprites. So if there's more party members, just like in Earthbound, they have a chance to catch up to you. It's much easier. The hitbox to get to you is much larger. So we want to make sure that we're the ones instigating all the fights, and that way we can make sure that we have a higher ATB at the start of the fight. Getting a preemptive means you start with half of your ATB refreshed.
If he did get surprised, it would be really rough, because the enemies can just wipe you out really quickly.
I got a little greedy there. It's not going to pay off. They'll probably kill Cherry here. That's okay. Don't really care. As long as they don't kill Knight, we're fine.
So who is your favorite character, Kowal?
Spoilers. I will talk about that when we get there.
All right.
Alright, good. That actually worked out. There's a couple things I need to do here. We want more of all of this stuff. Those are good stats. The other stats can stay there. We don't need them. We want these, and we want that one, and these two. Those are all good. We're also going to make sure that Alberto is going to top us all off. There's a lot of menuing in this game, so bear with me. And I find it's a lot easier if I talk myself through it.
And Alberto is basically your healer, right?
He's your healer and your tank. There's a lot of bizarre hybridization with character roles in this game. Some of it's kind of cool. I'll talk about Cherry a lot in about 2 hours, because Cherry is integral to a very difficult part of the run that would be impossible without her. But for the purposes,
now, are you the record holder for this game?
Not yet. Soon. TM.
He's planning, like, if the run goes well, this could be a new world record.
Yeah, I promised Puexel I would try to get the record today. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm fine giving this one up. Okay, take it away, Kowal.
Yeah, you're fine giving up the Demon Rush? Are you sure?
I might have to try to take it away from you after this.
Okay. Well, if it gets you to play this game again, then I know I did a good thing.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to. Kowal, no.
Professor Ness, that's the great thing about the D. He has no limits. And therefore he just creates.
Oh boy.
His perspective especially has no limits.
So I want to make sure we get rid of the Enforcer's 2 minions here. The Enforcer is made of metal. That's one of his things. He's basically a shapeshifter. That's just what he does. So he's made of metal. He's going to hang out being made of metal, and that's all he's going to do for a while. We're going to get him to beat up on Cherry for a bit while I go ahead and throw some bread at Knight. That'll give him more MP, and that'll let me cast magic, because magic ignores your physical defense. Being made of metal does not matter when I'm casting spells at you. So that's how we're going to beat him. And we're just going to hang out and wait for Knight to do the job while Cherry hangs out getting punched in the face.
It does so much damage, though. So much damage.
The sad thing about it is we're going to cast that spell like 3 times in the game after this. That's it, and then we're done with Knight forever. He's going to cast it on me. It's going to do like 5 times as much damage at that time. It's going to be awful. So we're a little slow. I'm about a minute behind where we should be right now, but that's okay.
It's a marathon. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, look at my subterranean run.
It's all good. Yeah, this game is also hilariously broken. So a lot of what I'm going to be doing is RNG, whether it's going to work at all. There's a lot of places where the game can crash, and the crash cost me about 1.5 minutes, because loading the game takes that long. So I have a little something special planned in case the run crashes and I have to wait for the game to load.
It really depends on the PC that you're using, though. Like, when I was doing the RPG Limit Break run, it would boot up super quick.
Yeah, not this machine.
It's a good computer.
This machine is not super quick. There we go. That's one of my first splits right there. And I'm only about 40 seconds behind world record pace. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
So we took a key piece from him. We don't know what it does yet, but we know that we have a different key piece that soaked up some lightning, and there was a gate with a lightning door we couldn't get through. So we know that we need to collect more keys to absorb more lightning to get through the door, which we won't be doing ever.
Yeah, we'll... I've got a burrito. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
15 yards taunting. Alright, so now we get to go to town and actually start playing the game. This is about where I consider you actually being the player of the game, because most of this for the first 17 minutes is just mastering the S key until you actually get to start.
Oh boy. The mitochondria turn the carbs into magic.
So we got through this area, now we gotta go to town and we're gonna do a little bit of shopping. But before we do anything for shopping, we need to go to the inn, because the inn has the machine where we can convert our stats. And we like that. We want some, not that, attack power. And we want some more attack power. Cherry's gonna do a little bit of damage for us early on. Knight, on the other hand, needs to get this magic stat juiced up like crazy, which is going to be relevant like once ever. And Alberto needs lots of HP, and that's one of the things that's most critical to the way the run goes. If he doesn't have a ton of HP, then you're making a mistake. HP is more important than defense in this game. They're both useful, but HP is substantially more valuable because healing effects from items actually heal a percentage of your HP. And I'm using the inn here because after spending so many points on HP, my maximum is substantially higher than where I was. Not you. I'm going to talk to you. Renew.
Now, would I be correct in saying that a certain character you get in your party later is very good, specifically because he has high health and high HP?
Yes, and also a different character that is incredibly important is going to have incredibly high attack value. But we're only going to be able to abuse him for a short period of time. This is the biggest break in the run. I use the menu skip so that I can act while I'm having dialogue come up, essentially. Cherry's yelling at me because I'm not supposed to be here. Wait for it, and go. See you later. However, if I keep running all the way out of this area, she can't stop me from going through it, and now when I try to go back here, it pulls up the dialogue to enter from the left side. Entering from the left side deletes that flag, and now I can move through this area normally. I really need to make sure that I'm getting the preemptive here, because these guys have higher speeds than me, and their attack value is so high that they will one-shot characters, so if they get to act before I run, they will wipe the party before I take an action.
Yeah, this is one of the contributions that I had to the run, the glitch here. Bringing the menu into this location. It was really, really fun.
There are an enormous amount of bizarre breaking the game, glitching sequences in this game. Brosensha and Sockfolder created most of those as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, Sockfolder did probably the most breaking this game.
Yeah, he did. Yes, and this is the same Sockfolder who broke apart Ocarina of Time.
really important history there.
Exactly. And the Demon Rush, very important.
Oh yeah.
They're basically the same game.
The only contribution that I made to this game was the hours that I played it and exposed you guys to it.
I don't remember if I equipped this. I did. Good. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Moving along.
So you did mention attack being an important stat, which is pretty obvious, but isn't speed also an incredibly important stat in this game too?
Yeah, you can see we spend a lot of time watching these ATB bars slowly tick up, and your speed influences how much that's going to matter. It ticks a lot faster for a certain character we'll see in about 20 minutes. And you can actually use speed for a lot of different things, but the most important one is running from random encounters. If you have a high enough speed, you can actually act first even if you get jumped in an ambush. And we have a character we'll be picking up momentarily who will allow us to do exactly that for most of the game. This is the biggest sequence break right here. We're going to go ahead and save because this crashes the game sometimes. And this character we've never met is telling us about some bad guys that we haven't met. And now we meet a different guy we've never met, and this dude from the beginning of the game that we don't know anything about. We are supposed to care. And also, this is not supposed to be Cherry and Knight. This is supposed to be Terra and Knight, as you can see from the dialogue. And we're not going to see Terra for a while. But because we entered here with a full party of 3 party members, we get all 3 of them. For this fight, we're supposed to have 2. We are super under level.
This does skip about, like, 45 minutes of the run.
Yellow Blade Copter, here you go. Have that. Enjoy.
I love it. There are 2 people who you don't have in your party, and then you just use these other 3 people who magically warp here.
Yeah, the odds are pretty good Cherry's gonna get smoked here. That's okay. It's not actually that unexpected. We'll just do this. Stand ground is the basis behind something I've talked about called Cherry strats.
Red flag. The rust cleaner.
Cherry strats is based around the idea that Cherry is a very bizarre character, and that she has terrible stats all around. She's supposed to be your generalist, but she has a bunch of these really odd, like, corner case, useful tanking abilities that reduce damage to 0 in most cases, and we're going to be making copious use of that every time she winds up in the party. The goal is to get Redfast to punch Alberto as much as possible, because Alberto takes almost no damage from Redfast. Redfast, as you probably guessed from the name, is going to outspeed me by about 1,000,000 points, and that means he's going to act probably 2 or 3 times to each act I get from my party members.
Yeah, what's annoying as well is that he keeps confusing people, so it's really easy to just have this fight go on for a long time and nothing happens.
Yeah, another thing.
So what's kind of ironic is that if you have low speed, that means defending is even better, because then you just get to defend against multiple attacks.
That is also true, and another thing that's sort of important to note is that the way that status ailments work, your status ailment resistance is based on the character's defense value, which means that Knight having really crappy defense is going to wind up getting smoked by that fairly frequently. He's probably going to get smoked by Redfast too, let's be real. Oh, there's our first crash of the run. No, we're good, we're back. Everything's fine, don't worry about it. That's just the game being the game. I'm going to try and get Knight out of harm's way here. Redfast will probably chase me, yep. But I'm going to get away, so that's good enough. I think we're going to get Redfast with probably one more Dark Shot, as long as he doesn't just charge after Knight for no reason, but he does do that sometimes. And we're going to feed some bread to Mr. Knight over there. That would have been a really bad place to have a crash, because getting back here takes forever.
Blade Copter is a really good skill, by the way, because it stuns the enemy, and it's a projectile, so you can stand really far away.
We have another really significant sequence break coming up here, and it's going to completely screw up the way that the enemy's AI works. Out of battle, specifically, they won't be chasing after me, they'll just sort of hang around waiting for a while, and then I'll walk right past them. It's going to save 7 minutes if I get it. If I don't get it, then we have to sit here and kill a lot of zombies. So we'll see how this goes. Fingers crossed. And now we get to see Knight carrying Cook. Or Kent. Kent and / Cook. He uses different names throughout the run. He'll be Kent for the speed run. But in a normal run, there's actually a part that will be sequence breaking out of the game that you actually are required to name him, and his default name is Cook. And here we find out why he was able to survive being stabbed in the heart, and it's because he has an immortality medallion. It's very important. It makes him immortal, except in combat. Don't ask about combat.
It's complicated, okay?
Just like everything in this game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So a little bit of the plot of the game, and I'll try not to give you too much plot because I don't like having a migraine either. The premise is that there are 3 planets. They have legend vipers that are sort of like the divine powers of those planets. They're intrinsically connected. You have Earth with the Legend Viper of Earth and technology, you have Thormia with the Legend Viper of Fire, and then you also have Rosselhaug with the Legend Viper of Necromancy. And Rosselhaug blew up before the game started, and a ton of demons poured out of that area of space.
Wait, I thought there was also Legend Viper Steve.
He is the Earth Legend Viper. So
oh yeah,
Claire
Steve's
is a ninja.
The best.
Yeah, exactly, because they have these crazy names, and
there we go.
Steve.
So Claire is a ninja. We're going to give her a gun because that's what every ninja needs. She's actually really useful for a lot of reasons. This is the character I alluded to who's extremely fast. Here's a big sequence break here if I can get it.
This is one of my favorite parts right here.
We're going to go through the carpet, and that's going to bring us to the basement. Then we're going to go this way. Hi there. So Claire is the blonde one in the back with the green shirt. You can see that she is so much faster than everyone ever. All the characters have a stat that they are intrinsically good at, and hers is going to be speed, and it's going to be very obvious. So every time we can take Claire anywhere, we're going to take Claire anywhere, because it's going to save a lot of time running from encounters. She's also the only character in the game who can cast poison effects on enemies, and poison is absurdly broken, because just like healing items, it does a percentage of max HP.
Yeah, and it's an 1/8. So, and it works on bosses.
Yes, every boss, including the final boss, so we'll be seeing a lot of poison. Also, another thing that's interesting about breaking the script here is that only the main character will run around and the other 2 will just hang out by the door. Makes my hitbox a lot smaller, so it's easier to evade these guys. If I get ambushed by these guys, I'm probably dead, although Claire is so fast that I might be able to act first. It actually comes down to an internal game roll. I'm going to try and go for one more very greedy skip right here without a safety save. And I got it. That's good.
Yeah, it's... Oh, good.
Nice.
It's a rough skip if you don't get it.
We needed to get an item from up there, and opening the item spawns 8 of these green-shirted dudes to come and mess your day up. And we can't fight 2, so... You know, maybe with 8, not so good. You can't run from that encounter. There's a lot of encounters you can't run from, particularly when we do the grind at the end of the game. All of those encounters are forced encounters, and that's why it's going to take like 30 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and blast through this section. As soon as I get out of here, it's going to override this script because the party members are going to think this is the first time they've ever been here. And it's actually going to force the game's memory to stop remembering the freeze part and go back to the script where we enter this room. As I mentioned early in the run, a lot of the skips in the game are not about breaking the game, they're about unbreaking the game.
It's kind of funny, but yeah. Oh, I don't know, it's pretty easy to break the game, but trying to figure out ways to make it not stay broken it is hard.
I'm going to go ahead and make a save.
As you can see, the characters are just standing there whenever you go through doors.
I'm making a safety save because this series of skips is long and complicated, and if I don't get it right, it wastes a lot of time. The collision is great. I've actually soft-locked here because if you stand right over here by the sword, Claire will try to walk through you and can't. And then she can't finish her script. Here we're learning about the big bad guys. Changing music. There we go. Oh yeah, give me that sick jam. That's what I wanted.
I love this music. It's hilarious.
Things just got real music. We're going to hear that a few more times in the run, and oh god, I love it every time. It's so good. But the long and short of this crappy dialogue is that they believe that if you kill the legend viper of the planet that they are tied to dies. And then Alberto's like, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard, and these two are like, yeah, it's probably true. Also, I hope you like hot dog fingers.
Well, it's because Alberto believes in science, you know?
He is a scientist, sort of, or whatever.
Except he has magic. I don't know.
Also, Alberto and his sister have most of the bad language in the game, so if you're offended by the bad language, try not to read his dialogue.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just gonna leave, I guess. See you later. Yeah, I guess I have to fight him. Okay, never mind.
Oh man, that anatomy.
Alright, this part's scary. Alright, I got that skip. That's good. That's good. Things are going really well, actually, right now, so I'm very happy about that. First things first, I want to make sure I get poison stuck on this guy as soon as I can. Unfortunately, it misses a lot, and Cherry's going to sit here and get shot and wailed on for a while. Nothing I can do about that. That's just how it works. I'm going to go ahead and toss her some bread. 2 breads will give me one more turn to stand ground, which is a big deal. And Claire really needs to kill these guys as quickly as possible. So I was hoping to get the fast strat. The fast strat lets me get poison on first, and then the Enforcer is half dead by the time we get to the rest of the fight. Oops. Stand ground. We still need to stand ground. We're not quite done with these guys yet. There we go. That's 1 down.
Oh, good.
These guys are very, very, very dangerous. Because even though we're actually in the fights for real now, we are still way under-leveled.
Yeah, luckily they are still targeting Cherry, and she takes no damage while using her spell.
Yeah, this is a slight augmentation to the route, because in the current world record route, you actually had Alberto taking all of this heat. And it's actually much easier to have Cherry take it for 3 turns and then just sort of deal with it. Let's see if I can get Poison Dart to stick. There we go. That's better.
Oh, nice.
Alright, now everything's coming up Millhouse. This is starting to look a little bit more like a speedrun. Alright, get out of here, Cherry. Run away. We don't want you here. But you are going to... Not you. Yeah, just shoot him. Ha ha ha. in Bladecopter. Bladecopter is a big deal, not just because it has an hilarious name, but because Bladecopter also causes a status ailment called Stun, which prevents the enemy's ATB from charging for 1 full second. It also has a 100% hit rate, and it uses your normal attack stats, so your damage is typically very high with it.
A 1 second stun doesn't sound like a lot, but it can help a whole bunch.
It'll be really, really important later in the run when everybody, including the enemies, has a higher speed stat, because I'll wind up getting 2 or 3 turns while they're stunned. And this fight's actually going very well.
Especially if you boost Cherry's speed, then she can Bladecopter, 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 and
Claire is going to be the one who really
just keep them stunned for quite a bit.
Claire is going to do an enormous amount of the work until right about the last hour or so of the game, and even in the last hour, she'll be very important. I like how Alberto can just sit here and get punched indefinitely, even though we're super under level. That's the benefit of him having such a high defense stat.
Oh yeah.
For a reason, the guy who's wearing a tank top is pretty much immune to physical damage, but Knight gets hit once and dies. Alright, I think we're pretty close to having Enforcer down. I need to reapply Poison. That's the only other thing I'm a little bit worried about, because Poison does have such a low success rate. There we go. Alright, that looks good. This is going to be a very good Enforcer 2 fight. Should only take about 2 Poison ticks to kill him.
Oh, good.
And 1 more should probably do it. So generally the way that we kill pretty much every boss in the game is going to be poison, and that means what we're trying to race with our own physical damage is to have enough damage to get the equivalent of 1 tick of poison, or sometimes 2. Poison falls off between 4 and 5 ticks, depending on how the game feels that day. And that means if we apply poison twice and it runs out, that'll kill them by itself, but we want to race the poison because having it tick takes forever.
Yes.
So here I'm breaking the game a little bit. This is actually why I did all those skips earlier. I'm going to be giving this Veteran Blade to Claire. That saves quite a lot of time. And that's all I really needed to do here. Oh, actually, one more thing. We're going to give this extra Grand Steel to Claire. And we might as well equip this Beast Bandana while we're here.
I love just being able to go into the menu during this. The unfortunate part is that if you do miss it, you do... miss out on a lot of exchanging items and such.
Exchanging items, and also this sequence in particular is incredibly broken, and it requires compounding that skip like 5 times. So I've compounded it now 3 times to move equipment around, move around during cutscenes, walk around over the back end of this boat. Guess I'll walk off screen, I'll come back. This game's funny. But also there's an enormous section of skips that won't even pay off until about 4.5 minutes from now. And if you like dialogue, you are in for a treat, because we're going to see 4 straight minutes of dialogue.
Oh, geez, yeah.
So yeah, if you want to take a bathroom break, now is a good time to go. You won't miss anything.
This is what RPGs are all about, though. You know, this is why we're playing the story.
Yeah, that's right. And I'll try to explain some of the story while we're going through the dialogue, because it is a lot of downtime. Also, Mike, thanks for stopping by on the couch. I much appreciate it. Thank you very much. But yes, so what's going on? We talked about the 3 planets. Rosselhaug blew up, and all of a sudden there's the demons popping out of the area of space that Rosselhaug was in. That is because some calamity went wrong, the planet blew up, and it opened up the hole to wherever demons are from. We need to figure out why that is, stop the demons, and end the demon rush. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Alberto and Cherry are part of the Sky Corps, which is basically the Air Force of Earth, and that's what they're trying to do, is trying to stop the demons by inventing space travel. That's one step on their agenda. We're getting the definition now of Tratus, which is one of the other benevolent organizations, and that is the resistance against the Absolute Siphon. And we're being introduced to the term the Absolute Siphon for the first time here. And the idea behind it is that if the 3 Legend Vipers all bite it, the 3rd Legend Viper can eat their souls and become the Absolute Siphon, which is the all-powerful divine force of the universe. So we need to stop that. It's bad. It's super bad. We don't want that.
Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. I just laugh because it's just so heavy on terms and names and everything. You know, by the time you're done with this, you're like, what did I just read? Because everything is just talked about, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
you know, there's a common writing thing that's called show don't tell, because you want it to be exciting, and this game doesn't
I have a
follow
flowchart for
that.
this, by the way. And the flowchart is great because the timeline literally does not make sense, and I'll get to that soon. But anyway, yes, Tratus, that's the resistance against the Absolute Siphon. The Absolute Siphon is, in theory, the bad guy of the setting because if 2 Legend Vipers die, the third becomes the Absolute Siphon, and it's super bad. So Kent, Claire, and Pound is the Charizard, are our Tratus operatives along with Knight. And then the Skycore and Tratus are now working together, or at least the 2 of us are working with Tratus. We get this beautiful illustration. You'll notice that Claire plays linebacker for the Raiders.
It's so beautiful.
And that Charizard has those cold, soulless cow eyes.
Oh my gosh. Well, 5 eyes. We've got 5 eyes.
5 eyes on
Staring
screen.
at
It's
me.
very terrifying. This is also where we learn that Kent is being given a generalship because his boss, General Jonathan LeCure, is lost his leg in the war and is no longer fit for duty. So Kent's taking over, and his first act of being the general is to drop the recruitment age so his daughter can enlist, because that's responsible.
Oh my gosh. I'm just dying right now. This is...
We also get tons and tons and tons and tons of place names. Don't worry about that. The only things we need to know for right now is we're not on Earth. We are on Thormia, and there are lots of towns, and I'll talk about the towns as we get there to try and make it so people can follow up on it. We will also
And there's a bad guy.
Yes.
Bad guy named Thormia.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad guys that have dumb names. Thormia is the least dumb of the bad guys, as it turns out. And we will see more of Charizard, so that's a good thing. We like Charizard. He's a good guy. You can see him in the upper left. He's just chilling, being a ghost. He's not really a ghost. He's a hologram or some nonsense. It is 1919, by the way.
It's an alternate timeline, you know?
This game also introduces a bad guy right here and then kills him off screen before you started the game. No reason to introduce the bad guy at all. It's completely irrelevant. We don't even meet him, but he died off screen. So that's important.
Oh, good. Oh, I didn't know anybody I didn't care about died.
Yeah. It's supposed to have some sort of impact on us, I think. There's a lot of parts in this game where I can't tell if the D was being tongue-in-cheek or if he really thought this was genuinely good plot. I'm going to do another really complicated skip here. Hopefully I get it on the first try. That's part 1. This is supposed to be the payoff for that skip I did like 5 minutes ago. So fingers crossed. We'll know if I got it very soon. Yeah, and for people who
the
subscribe to
setup for
RPG
this,
Limit Break,
it's just so long. It's like a 5-10 minute chain that you've got going on here.
It's that dialogue I just got through is 4 minutes and 41 seconds. Alright, I'm going to be using the menu a lot here. I think I got it. We should be good. If you have an RPG Limit Break subscription, you'll know when to use your emote, I promise.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, here we go. Fingers crossed. Did I get it? Did I get it? Ah, yes, alright, I got it. That's part 1. Part 2. Please, game, be kind. Be kind. Give me what I want. You can do it, game. I believe in you. We can do it. You and me together, game. Yes! Alright, good. I just saved 7 minutes.
Like, no exaggeration there.
We normally have to fight all these guys. You can't run from any of them, and Knight sucks. And now we're going to fight whatever this is. I think Knight sums it up pretty well with what the hell is that? Alright,
I don't like this monster, okay?
This monster's pretty cool, man. I don't know what your problem is. I think he's rad. Look at him. He's so cool. I try and get Kent close to him, and I want to get Knight as far away as possible, because this guy likes to magnetize to Knight, and if Knight's further away, I can at least chain stun him a little bit to try and make this work, and get a few extra attacks in. Yep, poison didn't stick. But also, if Knight's far enough away, the AI actually just goes for the closest target, which happens to be Cook. Please get poison to stick this time. Thank you.
You say that, but he didn't always go to the closest target for me. I'm not sure why.
When you played, you didn't actually move Knight out of the way, and you didn't move Kent closer.
Oh, well, okay.
I spent a lot of time with this fight. That should be good, and I think one more Dark Shot and one more Poison Tick will probably do it. Ooh, Kent's getting a little close to where I don't want him to be. That's pretty close to Scary Land, but we're good. We're good. If I took a crit, Kent would have lost out on the experience points. Now we get to fight Fleming.
I love it. As soon as he dies, just disappears.
So Fleming is trying to escape with her zombie comrades. And we've got Terra now. We still don't know who the hell Terra is, but that's not... we don't care about that part. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm laughing about the dialogue.
Some more use of cherry strats here. This is my favorite part of the run, because I get to use so many cherry strats.
Oh yeah, I know about how much you love cherry strats.
I adore cherry strats. I wanted to work them into the run as much as I could. This is one of the few places I could make it work. We basically are completely invincible in this fight. We actually are incredibly, incredibly over-prepared for this one specific fight that we are super under-level for.
Oh yeah.
The funniest part about this is once this zombie is dead... Oops. Oh well, screw it. Don't care. Once this zombie is dead, Cherry's actually immune to damage. Because the only weapon Fleming has is a gun, and she has a deflect command that reduces ranged attack damage to 0. Alright, and now the fight is won. We just sit here and deflect. These two are going to wail on Fleming. Fleming's AI is just going to keep shooting Cherry over and over and over again, doing 0 damage. The other great thing about Deflect is one of the abilities in the game that uses 1/2 of your ATB instead of 1/4. All the different abilities and different types of abilities use different percentages of your ATB bar. And the only thing that completely drains the ATB bar is using an item called a Crackleberry, and we'll see that later. We won't actually use it, we'll sell it.
Are you actually going to use it?
Oh, certainly no. That item sucks. And like every great video game, we have 2 boss fights in a row, and then this trash pull that we're forced to kill because, I don't know, whatever. Yay, trash pull.
It's dumb. Seriously, if you get here casually, usually it's like, well, we just went through all that, now I have to kill 2 bad guys, and hopefully not die here.
Super trivial bad guys, too. You even get a free heal before that fight.
Yeah, unless you got wrecked.
Alright, now we gotta put our special party together. This is gonna be one of the parties we'll be using for the vast majority of the game. We're gonna add a guy to the party later.
Mike remembers the Grackleberries.
Grackleberry brings you up to max HP, max MP, but it also drops your ATB to 0. And dropping your ATB to 0 is a lot worse than being nearly dead.
Oh yeah.
So of course we didn't get enough dialogue, so they're gonna give us more of it. It's so
There's
good.
so much plot. No. Stop it. Ugh.
So Tara wants to go to the pyramid, and because she lives here, she has a key to the pyramid. I don't really know how that's supposed to work, but whatever. And now we're going to take 2 parties, so that we don't get caught.
Gonna say, go unlock the pyramid. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the Egyptians were pretty savvy about their locking technology.
There's also pretty much no indication that it's actually a pyramid.
It's true. Oh my gosh. What a game. What a game.
I want 1 point of speed. I want some more attack power. Claire is not going to be doing a lot of attacking, but outside of speed, it's the only other thing she has any use for, so that should be pretty good. Oh, I got to actually confirm those. And menuing in this game is actually very hard. Alright, that looks pretty good. And I do have a ton of pages of notes for this crap, so let's go to the item shop here. I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of junk. What do I need here? I need to sell this cloud. Nobody wants this garbage. And we're going to buy some crap. What do I need? I need 4 renewals for Claire.
I love it. Why do you even have a cloud? It's like,
well,
I don't even remember what it does.
I'd be happy to tell you. Bear with me 1 moment. Let's see, I need some medicine, and I need some bread. That should be good. Alright, that sounds pretty good. Okay. Alright, cool. So the cloud is one of 4 types of items that are one-use items that cause an elemental effect to the enemy.
Okay.
Actually, it's faster.
I was gonna say, I don't think that would be useful very often.
Yeah, we don't actually use any of them in the run. We get a couple of them for free. Kent comes with 3 rocks. We're going to character later who comes with 3 fireballs, and nobody else comes with any of them, but we're going to steal them fairly frequently because we need cash. Getting money in this game... I was
going to say, they sell for...
Yeah, they sell for 400 a pop, which is quite a lot of cash. 400 is 40 breads. And we're going to buy a lot of bread. We're gonna buy a lot of special loaf of bread. Special bread coming up soon. That's very important. The scariest fight of the run is actually coming up right here. Not this guy, but the next room is by far the scariest part of the run for me. And hopefully it goes well, but this is a very finicky part of the run, and it's quite likely that I will die here.
Oh, geez. I hate this fight. It's so bad.
This fight sucks. Let's see. Cherry, you belong down here. We need to get Claire down here. We need to get Kent down one. We need to get Alberto up to the top, and we'll never use Knight again, but we're going to put him here for the end of the game. Skills, heal us off. Everybody should be topped off, and fingers crossed. Here we go. Alright, come on, game. Please be kind.
Okay, everybody.
Give me your energy. This part sucks.
Give the energy.
Come on, Claire. Come on, Claire. Alright, looking good, looking good. Get him up. Now they're going to use this again. Let's see if I can keep Alberto up for one more blast. Please, please, please. Oh, the other one's not going to use it. No, 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 no. This is bad. This is real bad. If I get Claire up, that should be good enough. If these guys melee me, it actually won't matter. And then we can get Alberto up. And Alberto can run the hell away. And Claire can try to get Poison Dart to stick. And I think we're okay. I think we're back in the black. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Oh, good, good.
I think we need you to defend. I think we need you to heal him. Alright, if they go in melee Cook, we're in good shape. Oh boy, we got a problem. You get stunned. Please buy enough time. You will not be buying enough time, will you? That's okay.
Yeah, he was going for Alberto.
Yeah, he's going for Alberto the whole time.
What a jerk.
He is a for real butt. Okay. Okay, I can fix this. Get as far away as you can. Claire, please. Please, Claire. Please, Claire. Please, Claire. Get Alberto up. Medicine.
Now that you have the extreme with Cook, it's hopefully going to work out.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too dangerous for Cook. It's just I really want to get Claire up for the experience points.
Oh, yes.
Do I have any more renewals? I do. Convenient that. Okay, cool, cool. Claire might be fast enough to race this guy. That would be ideal. I'm going to try and get all the way back over here. Let's null stat and get that poison off. Oh, boy. Well, come on. Oh, that was clutch. That was clutch. All right.
Wow.
Run away, Claire. Run away, Claire. This fight's going about as badly as I expected. All right, that's good. That's fine. We don't care if he bites it. That's cool. Which of you is nearly dead? That's you. How are you not dead yet? What is happening? Can I kill you yet? Come on, poison fell off. Great. We're good. Don't worry about it, guys. Everything's great. Nothing is ruined.
I think you're good now.
Yes.
Maybe.
Alright, so I do get to cheat a little bit with Claire here. That's great news. Claire's got an extreme ability that applies poison to every enemy on the screen. And that's super powerful, as we know from talking about poison earlier, which means these guys are likely to die very soon. Alright, one down. I still have... Okay, 3 renewals. I would really like to get Alberto the experience points here. Yes!
Well...
Alright, got it. Whew. Alright, that was a little scary. Not gonna lie to you.
I love the spell Snowflake. It's so good.
Oh, boy. Alright. I feel so much better about that. Whew. Alright, that was by far the scariest fight in the game. We are super under level. Those guys are a killer when you're at level. I shouldn't fight those guys until about 2 hours from now. Oh. So now we get to go over here, and the whole reason we did this is specifically for this one item, which is going to enable us to beat a boss later. Actually, a whole series of bosses. This is going to be utterly critical later. We're going to give that Pyro Bandana to Claire, and we are going to give Claire the Grand Steel, and I think this is time for the Veteran Blade. Not yet. Okay, we're going to stay with the gun. We're good. We're good. I also want to actually use some bread on Alberto, and that's because Alberto is going to be healing out of combat, and I really want to be topped off for the next encounter. I didn't think I was going to need that much MP. Alright, that should be good enough.
These ashes are people.
Ah, so is Soylent Green.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I don't want to touch that bookcase, because if I touch the bookcase, I get about 2.5 minutes of exposition, utterly irrelevant to the context of the game.
That's right, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm going to make a safety save here, because I get a very similar fight up here, although this fight is substantially easier because there's only one of them. Oh yeah. It's so much better. What a relief. I can breathe easier now.
Yeah, getting that save is really good. Okay.
I didn't have enough MP to cast Poison Dart. Whatever. Don't care. Not concerned. Poison Dart didn't stick. I still don't really care. Oh, I'm out of bread. Bummer. We'll use some nothing. We'll hang out. So I'm using Stun Strike on this guy. It doesn't really matter. I just really don't want him to use Hell Spirit on Claire. So I'm going to be defending to eat the Hell Spirit if he casts it again. They can each use it twice, which is my fear. If he uses it on Alberto, I don't really care.
Usually the enemies will use it twice at some point. And then I think run out of MP.
They actually have, I think it's weirder than that. As I recall, it's actually part of their scripting that they use an ability X number of times, and they don't actually have an MP stat.
Huh.
Alright, good.
That's that makes sense.
That's actually perfect. So now things are a lot safer. He will not go chasing after anybody. He doesn't have the scripting to do that. So we're just going to hang out here and eventually kill this guy. And we're back on track.
Oh, he doesn't go after anybody?
Not if I'm this far away from him. The AI in the game is very bizarre. It does have proximity sensing. It does care about how far away from enemies, or how far away from party members they are. So you can actually manipulate them by standing closer or further away in many cases. Some enemies have a secondary script that fires after a prerequisite number of turns. So like zombies, as an example, after 2 turns will execute their second script, which is to go after the weakest party member instead of the closest party member. So we did that fight to get this key. That was very important. Alright. Things are looking good. Things are looking real good.
Yeah, after those absolutely terrifying fights, it's a little bit of smooth sailing for a little bit.
Yeah, we get 2 really scary fights coming up very soon, but the worst is past us for sure. Oh, this guy wants to fight me. This is one of the reasons Claire is so good. I'm still under-leveled for this area, but even though I didn't get the preemptive, Claire gets to go first, and that enables us to run away and not die immediately. Good stuff. I like not dying.
It makes a huge difference. What's nice is escape is 100% of the time, so...
And it despawns enemies,
it's much better to take the encounter and escape.
We're gonna have to get through one more encounter. He's right down here. And now we're ready to go to the pyramid. Finally, at long last, we did it. We had to go get a key from that night, even though Tara was like, I have a key earlier. Thanks, Tara. We really appreciate you helping out, lady. Great stuff. Keep up the good work. I'll get the last laugh on Tara later.
People are enjoying the music, by the way.
Oh, it's got a great soundtrack. Are you kidding? Every single one of those dollars shines through.
All, like, 1,000 of it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the pyramid, right?
We're in the pyramid.
It's vaguely like a pyramid.
Not in here, it doesn't. Alright, we get a little more dialogue. This is a scary scene for all the party members, as they are witnessing all of their most hated memories, their most fearful memories, flashing before their eyes, and we're going to see that momentarily here. And some characters are more affected by that than others, which is going to require us to use a suboptimal party for a little while. Which,
there are a couple rough fights in this place as well.
There's one really scary one, and it's very likely that I'll be ambushed by ghosts, and ghosts can kill me.
Oh, I hate the ghosts. They're so bad.
The ghosts have 2 attacks, and it's random which one they'll use. They'll either melee the closest target, or they will use a ranged attack that does massive damage, and they'll target Cherry with that most of the time, and just kill her outright. Spoiler alert, I'm stuck with Cherry for a little while. So here's some ghosts.
Well, let's see how it goes.
This one's not too bad. It's the ones in the next room that really suck.
Yes.
Thankfully, the game is kind enough to give us empty and HP.
Knight is having a bad day.
Knight is having a very bad day. We're going to chuck some throwing knives. Claire is actually pretty good at throwing knives. We're going to use that quite a lot, actually. And let's go ahead and defend. I want Cherry and... oh, never mind. Sorry, Cherry. You don't get to play today. 2 throwing knives is usually good enough. I guess I'm going to have to go ahead and shoot that one to finish him off. That's fine. As long as I don't go ranged after Claire, I should be okay. Fingers crossed. You can run out of renewals real fast here, so I'm going to try and make sure I don't. Ooh, I only have 2 left. Okay, good to know. That'll influence. Good. That'll influence how things go for quite some time. Cherry has 1 though. That's not so bad. Let's go ahead and defend. That should at least let her survive 1 hit. As long as they keep punching Alberto, this should be okay.
Okay, good, good.
I think probably 2 more bullets will take that ghost out. Okay, I think it's the one on the left. It becomes a little bit of like a shell game to figure out which one is which. Okay, it's this one. That's why I have Cherry defending.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to use Claire's turn not to kill that ghost, but to feed Cherry a tablet, which gives her 1/4 max HP. That'll give her 2 more blasts that she can survive. Alright, now we're in much better shape.
Yeah, tablets don't really do a whole lot of healing, but still, using items is really fast in the game. You start out, like, after using an item, you have a lot of your ATB left, so it'll fill up quickly.
I'm getting a little bit greedier now that there's only 1 enemy left. We'll see if I can't get a quick kill on him. Oops, can't use any more throwing knives. Guess we're shooting and punching. Come on, Alberto. Don't die, buddy. Alright, 6 points, I don't care about that. Whatever. Nobody's scared of 6 points, Ghost. Whatever. Alright, that's good stuff. So that's another one of the scarier fights, but it's okay. We're through that one. And now for the Room of Shame. And to answer something from chat, yes, the constant zooming in and out is quite a good source of motion sickness. It gets much worse if I glitch the game out, which I'm very likely to do coming up soon.
Oh, good.
And it's a glitch I think
I know exactly.
Oh, have you?
Like, if it accidentally zooms in a little too much.
Oh, a little too much? I feel like eyeballs.
Whoa, the eye!
Shoutouts to eyeballs. This is the Possessor. We'll see these eyes again. Well, this eye. He'll be doing that.
Yeah, he gets really angry.
Bam! Go down, Alberto. Nobody likes you. So, Knight did what ghosts cannot, and that is beat the crap out of Alberto. That is important knowledge. Let's see. We are going to use a lot of items right now because everybody is hurt real bad.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good. Let's get some bread action on. I want to make sure that we are topped off as much as we can be. That should be pretty good. Everything else here looks good. I want the Veteran Blade. Alright, this is, without a doubt, the scariest part of the run.
Oh, yeah.
And again, it's quite likely I'll get ambushed here, probably twice.
It looks like it, yeah.
As long as only 1 character dies, it should be fine. Alright, if they melee me, that's basically a freebie. Then I'm not worried about it anymore. I only really care if they use ranged.
Yeah, that was not a bad ambush.
That one's bad. That's bad. Phew, okay, we're good, we're good. We're in the clear. Oh, well, that was scary. Overshot it a little bit. Cherry doesn't need renewals again for a long time, so we'll use her renewals, and we're going to feed her a lot of medicine to make her feel better. There we go.
Aw, that's so nice. Dr. Koala in the house.
Damn tootin'. And we want your speed point, and we want to save. This is going to get real momentarily, but first we have this encounter. Tara was in here too, and oh no, this ghost, it's her baby. It's her baby girl.
Not my baby.
Do you want to take the honors here,
Bro Sencha? Your baby. What's that?
You want to take the honors here? Tell them what I'm about to do with Tara in a minute. It's pretty weird.
Are you gonna, like, try to chop off, like, decapitate the baby?
No, we just backhanded the baby.
Oh, you backhanded the baby?
We backhanded the baby.
Wow. Okay, that's good, too.
Yep. Backhanded. Bap, bap. Get wrecked, baby. Oh, now we're supposed to feel sad because we just killed a ghost.
Oh, no, you killed your baby.
You killed your baby, Tara. What is wrong with you? What the crap?
My baby girl.
And now we're going to find out that Knight is way cooler when I'm not controlling him.
Yeah, this fight is a little bit rough.
This fight is total butts. Alright, Poison stuck. We're off to a pretty good start. Cherry's dead.
Oh, good.
I really, 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 really want Kent right next to him.
Well, Dark Shot does so much damage. So much damage.
If Cherry gets a chance to play, we're in good shape. And it looks like she probably will. Because Deflect works on Dark Shot, and it's unlikely he'll run across the screen, but he can. One of the few enemies who can absolutely just pursue wherever he wants to go. But he's
good.
Mostly stun-locked now.
I never really used Deflect, so that's good to see you using that.
Getting some Cherry strats in. Yep, this should be 0. Yep. I was second-guessing myself for a minute there, but oh yeah, them Cherry strats. Doesn't save a heck of a lot of time here, but oh boy, does it make this fight more consistent. This is a really scary fight without it. And that was a total pushover fight because he did exactly what I wanted.
Oh my gosh, chat is...
Oh, that was scary.
Wow.
Alright guys, here we go.
That was a nice fight.
Look at this gentleman. Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that mustache.
That's not my favorite character. The other one's my favorite character. You know who it is. It's not Jimmy. Don't anybody accuse me of liking Jimmy.
Nah, you like Jimmy.
No,
I know it.
You take that back.
You're a secret Jimmy lover.
I will fight you. Oh, alright. Sweet. I can't believe that fight went well. I feel so good about that. I'm only about 5 minutes behind. Oh yeah,
everybody is excited. Everybody's excited about Brooks.
The Bad Enforcer 2 fight only cost me about 4 minutes, so I'm actually not on world record pace technically, but realistically I am.
Oh, okay.
Because your world record actually has a lot of bad time in the grind. So I'm going to make up about 14 minutes on the grind.
Oh, yeah.
So fingers crossed. We got a lot of dialogue to get through, and then we got a little bit of a grind going on. We do 2 grinds in the game. This is the first of the 2. This one goes a lot faster, and we have the best character in the game.
Jimmy.
No. You're fired.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. But first we gotta go to the machine graveyard. Why, you might ask? No. I'm not telling. This part is kind of dodgy. So here's what we need to do. We need Brooks to get the crap beat out of him and waste all of his MP, and we need Jimmy to die.
Oh, yeah.
So at least one part of this is my dream come true. Right,
this
Jimmy.
part was actually kind of fun to route. I liked it.
I'm going to have him cast spells because it uses 1/2 of your ATB instead of 1/4. That means I'll have to give him commands less frequently. And he's basically just going to sit here and heal Brooks even though Brooks hasn't taken any damage. So 2 more hits will kill Jimmy. Brooks is just going to hang out and defend for a little while. You may notice that Brooks has enough MP left for that spell I've been casting called Eagle Cannon. Eagle Cannon is a guaranteed one-shot kill on these guys. Its minimum damage kills them outright, and he can't miss. So I'm just going to be sitting here knowing that I have that charge in my back pocket for when this inevitably goes sour, which will be after Jimmy gets killed.
Oh,
Come on, Robot. Come on, Robot. You can do it, Robot. All right, 1 more hit. A crit here does save quite a lot of time, as you can tell.
Come on, kill Jimmy.
Come on. Yes. All right, that's good. Things are getting great. Come on in, robot. Come fight me. Fight me, robot. You got nothing. I need this robot to punch me in the face 3 times. 1 down. He is allowed to crit. He can crit as many times as he wants. If he crits 3 times in a row, it's kind of dodgy, but it should still be fine. But with no crits, I feel very safe.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm getting extreme right now, and that's what I'm trying to set up. I want extreme for all these grind encounters. But in order to guarantee I have extreme after Jimmy is alive, I actually need to make sure that I get hit a little bit more and waste the last of my MP.
Yep.
So now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and use a renewal that Brooks is carrying on Jimmy. And we're going to use some of Brooks' tablets on Jimmy. We're going to make Jimmy feel right as rain. Because we care about Jimmy. He's totally not the worst character ever.
Oh, he's kind of useless.
He is absolutely awful. And we will be forced to use him quite a lot, actually, unfortunately. Or quite a lot, it will feel like, because nobody likes Jimmy. So Brooks, when he's in extreme, gains 2 attacks. One is the Auto Blaster. It insta-kills these robots. Minimum damage is high enough to kill them. It has a 100% hit chance. So it's just like casting that spell. The other one is Multi-Blaster, which actually kills everybody in an area of effect. And the area of effect is very small, but it is still a heck of a lot faster than using your ATB to kill them individually. So
I'll be right back in just 1 second.
Enjoy. Oops, not that. Do that. Quite a lot faster than waiting. You can just kill these guys outright. Much, much easier. Now, it is really dangerous because if they get the preemptive on me, then it's quite likely that they'll kill Brooks before I get a chance to kill them. And we just opened a locked door down there. This might be the good pattern. I don't think I can get all 3, but I can definitely at least get 2. Yeah, getting 2 instead. That's fine. The goal here is to get Brooks up to 72 experience points. We're getting 3 points per fight, but I'm also running down this side to go get a gun upgrade for him, which is hidden away in the room in the corner. Now, the reason I had to go get the switch is to unlock that door. Extreme the lore with Brooks and Jimmy. There is no lore for Brooks and Jimmy. They're just like, here's these characters. To keep it a little bit more realistic, no. We are introduced to Brooks and Jimmy about an hour ago. That didn't happen because that sequence broke the game, and that part never actually plays. But we're supposed to know that Jimmy is a mysterious kid who's been doing some good work for the Army of Earth, and he's wearing this black bodysuit to conceal his identity for some reason. But the military trusts him because of his good work. And Brooks Crack Tackle is, I believe, a lieutenant who is also the biggest badass on the planet. And Brooks is...
Come on, he's a Boy Scout leader.
No, he's clearly a lieutenant. I mean, look at him. Right now it looks like he's wearing mittens, but that's because of Jimmy. Jimmy sucks. We hate Jimmy. I probably should have targeted somebody else.
You're heading over to go get one of the weapons, right?
I am, yes. Once we get the weapon, we could do just a little bit more experience grinding in here, and then we're going to be ready to finish off the Jimmy and Brooks Crack Tackle section. Now, Brooks Crack Tackle is, as you can tell, incredibly good at killing guys, and we want to make as much use of him as we can throughout the run. All the robots respawn when we collect this gun. We don't need to equip it right now because my minimum damage is still enough to kill these guys, so we don't really care. But in just a moment, we're going to have a very difficult fight, and we need to one-shot guys in that fight to survive it. There's a question in chat about why can I use Extreme all the time, and the reason for that is because of the setup I did for the grind. Extreme is based on a couple different conditions, and they're actually unique to each character. There's actually a lot of depth to it, which is kind of surprising because the game does suck. However, in this case, Brooks has almost all of his MP spent because I had him cast his most expensive spell 3 times, and his HP total is very, very low. And because of the combination of those two things, Brooks becomes Extreme at the start of every fight.
And he is so powerful.
He is the only character in the game whose inherently high stat is attack. Whoa, okay, there we go. That was my favorite glitch right there. I did get it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you may notice that it got really super close up right there. That is because if you're mashing through combat, the zoom in feature of combat gets very confused, and it gets that.
A blaster.
No, I don't want to escape. Get out of here, Jimmy. Nobody likes your crap. Oops, I meant to shoot the other two. Whatever. Jimmy's always
I've
trying
never
to
seen it zoom in quite that much, though.
Oh, it happens to me all the time, because I'm usually mashing a lot. Yeah, we're just firing a blaster. It's cool. Don't worry about that. Oops, I meant to get the preemptive. This could be a little scary. It should be okay. Should be okay. I hope it'll be okay. Please punch Jimmy in the face. Punch Jimmy, punch Jimmy. Yeah! Everybody likes it when you punch Jimmy. Screw Jimmy, nobody likes him.
Oh, yeah. What? He uses his 63. Stupid arm blade. Stab.
63. Yes, he does actually have Qatar. For some reason. Don't really know why that is. That's never fully explained. Much like everything else in this game is never fully explained. And a lot of the lore is actually self-contradictory, and I'll try and get into that as we can, because it is fun to laugh at. We are going to be introduced to the Necromancer faction very soon, and the Necromancers are my favorite source of this plot makes no sense. Alright, we only have to kill this fight and then one more fight and we're done with the first grind of the game. That was pretty fast, actually. That was less than 10 minutes of grinding.
That was really good.
It's gone very smoothly, with the exception of the one robot fight I didn't get the preemptive on. So you actually can make inputs while the characters are moving on screen, because there's an input you can make. Come on, run down the hallway. I don't want to aggro this guy. Oh, never mind, screw it. There's an input you can make to run back to your start location. If you run back to your start location, it actually brings up a little menu because there's some other stuff you can do. There's apparently a high-speed chase going on in front of my apartment. You can ignore all that background sound, I hope. I think that literally is a high-speed chase going on in front of my apartment. Cool.
Wow.
Alright, well. Everybody's excited about the Demon Rush. Alright, but we're done here. The grind is over. Thank goodness the grind is over. The much longer grind is coming up in about an hour and 45 minutes or so. But we still have a little bit of work to do with Brooks and Jimmy here. And first we're going all the way back to the hotel. Because we need to fix our stats. And oh boy, are our stats going to be fixed.
A bit.
Just a tad. You may notice that Brooks has a very high attack power. You may notice that Brooks is about to have a much better attack power. Oh goodness, that's going to feel much better. We're going to go ahead and commit to these bonuses. We're going to get a lot of HP for Jimmy because he's going to get punched for us. We're going to get a lot of attack power for Brooks. And this is a really good time to give Brooks this howitzer that he's going to fire like a handgun because Brooks is just that much man.
Yeah, he is the best.
We also need to pick up a couple renewals. And we're going to make a safety save before we move on to the next segment. The next segment, this door, has the propensity to go very, very, very wrong, but thankfully there is a save point right before the fight in question, and unlike every other fight in the game, there's no dialogue before it. We have a brief skip right here. Come on, game. Pretty please. Give it to me. There we go. Winged Demons. See you later, Winged Demons. Nobody cares. Question from chat. Why does Jimmy have no face? Jimmy's actually wearing a full black bodysuit to obscure his identity, and we'll find out soon why that might actually be.
Yeah, that first fight that you skip can actually get really hairy if you do fight it, because you can't escape, and these guys are pretty mean. In
this state, we can extreme and kill them outright, so it's much slower to fight them, but we can do it. The scarier part is that two of them go before Brooks does, and if they go after Brooks, they kill Brooks, and then you're basically screwed. Also, the Winged Demons inherently have an ability that causes confusion, and confusion is horrible.
Oh, it's so bad.
I'm going to make a break for it. This might make me lose a minute or two if I screw it up, but I'm going to get super greedy right now. Oh, yeah! Touchdown. Streak it into the end zone. That's good stuff. Yes. That's a lot harder than it looks, I assure you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's terrifying.
There's a dialogue skip you can do here, by the way, to skip all of this crap, but it does crash the game about 80% of the time.
That's the Demon Rush for you, though.
Verito is a cool guy. We like him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this part sucks. Fingers crossed that it doesn't go completely wrong. Let's go ahead and make sure Jimmy's topped off. All right, deep breath. Here it goes. Come on, ghosts. Play nice. Play nice, ghosts. Be nice, ghosts. Don't be jerks, ghosts. Okay, we made it. We made it. We made it. Okay, good. Defend, please. Brooks, please run away. Extreme. It's probably safer to kill these three guys. Let's just go for it. I want to keep Brooks up if I can. Crap. I feel like it's pretty likely that Brooks is going to bite it here. This could set me back quite a lot of time. It might be okay just because Jimmy does have so many hit points, and he does actually have a pretty high defense value. The good news is that Renewal brings me back to
one damage.
Oh, yeah. The good news is Renewal brings me back to exactly the right hit point total to make sure I'm still in Extreme.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Brooks. Get into the Extreme. Yeah, there we go. Multi-shot.
Yeah, that's safer. Okay, so the skull effect that you see above Brooks, that's zombie status. Zombie status means you cannot regain hit points. So even if he heals, he won't heal. Also, Jimmy was silenced, not that anybody cares. Dear me! Were those real ghosts? Thanks, Scoob. And then Jimmy's like, well, necromancers do that, because they're necromancers, and Brooks is like, alright. Okay, well, you got me, I guess.
But why are there necromancers?
An important fact about the game is that there are necromancers. The necromancers supposedly participate in necromancy. However, there are also zombies in the game, and they are not created by necromancers. And there are ghosts in the game, but apparently those are completely incidental. They're not actually made by anybody, they just happen. So what exactly is it that the necromancers are necromancing?
I don't know.
Me neither. I've probably put a lot more hours into this game than anybody ever should, and I still don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I've done lore percent. Alright, one more thing I need to do here is Brooks needs to be standing in the back. Hopefully that means they won't attack him right away. Fingers crossed! Here we go. This is the scariest fight that we're going to participate in that has Brooks and Jimmy in it.
Oh, it's so scary.
We mostly care about that grenade effect, because grenades can kill the party very easily. But if I get... There we go, we should be fine now. I'm going to go ahead and kill every necromancer in the world with this one shot. And at this point, we should actually be in really good shape. I'm just going to run over here and hope they stab the crap out of Jimmy. Yeah, it won't even matter. Good night, sweet prince. Get wrecked. This is why we did the grind, by the way. Brooks shreds this encounter by himself, because he's just that much man.
I've had this fight fall apart so many times, though. So many times.
There are some very useful safety
You can
strats.
technically skip that fight, but if you do, then you get stuck in like this weird loop where you have to go through the Brooks part again.
Yeah, you can actually wrong warp back to this part of the plot about an hour and a half from now.
Yeah.
So now we get a little bit of dialogue about what the necromancers are doing, what they're all about, and this is where I'm going to try to explain some things about the plot, and I hope I'm doing it justice because it makes no sense. The necromancers were originally from Rosselhaug. It's the planet of necromancy. That's where they're all from. After Rosselhaug blew up, the necromancers became refugees, and they came to Earth, and the monks of Crescents, which are like Jedi for Earth, forced the necromancers underground, thinking they'd killed all of them. I'm going to hold off on the plot exposition for one moment.
Oh no.
This is important. Get wrecked. What?
Ah, rest in peace, sweet hero.
Ah, that's never happened before. Oh no, marathon luck. Brooks, no!
No!
And all that grinding is wasted. But anyway, yes, so the Necromancers, getting back to their crap. So they become refugees, and Kays, who is the leader of the Necromancers and also Jimmy's father, decides the best way to get back at the people of Earth for driving them underground is to start the Demon Rush. And that's their whole plan is they're going to start the Demon Rush for the pride of the Necromancers, and they're going to bring down the demonic wrath on Earth. There's a couple major problems with that we'll have explained in the plot later on, but the biggest one is that the Demon Rush caused the incident that blew up the planet the Necromancers were from, that drove them to Earth to become refugees. So the timeline is completely wrong. It's actually completely impossible for any of those events to follow in order that makes any sense. Here we get to see the end of Fleming, sort of. Redfast is very proud of himself for cutting her cape off, which protected her from the zombie virus that she's been throwing around all willy-nilly. And she punches Redfast's face off. Good night, Redfast. We won't see him again.
I love it. It's like One Punch Man, except One Punch Fleming here. Just bam.
And the face is just gone. Fleming gets one other very awesome KO on screen that we'll see a little bit later.
Yeah.
Let's see, I gotta remember to do a little bit of menuing here. I've got my notes up, but my notes are really small font, and it's been a long day, so this might take a minute.
Nobody liked Redfast, Warrior Pope. Seriously, he's a jerk.
He was also Thormia's son. Never explains who Thormia's, significant other is, but there's some very sketchy things that are alluded to in relation to Thormia.
My baby girl.
Let's see, I need to equip the Pyro Bandana. I think that's all I need to do right now. Yeah, that's good. We got a little dialogue here. This is another one of those things you can skip and then accidentally wrong warp to later. So it's better to just sort of deal with it. Yes, Stragon, the plot. Don't worry about any of the details. The broad scope of the game is demons are bad. We're gonna fight demons. Demons are bad. Yes. That might be a cry for help, Professor Ness.
Yeah, people tend to give some very typical names for the save files.
Alright, oh no! Thormia is here and he's gonna ambush us with fire. It's the hair. Alright, come on Thormia, get ready. Get ready. We're gonna fight you. This is gonna go great. Wow. So, a couple things about this fight that make it not dangerous at all. Thormia is gonna cast fire spells as often as possible on good old Claire here. And Claire is...
However, because you have the Pyro Bandana, it does 0 damage.
Exactly. So Claire's just going to hang out and not care at all. Because that's what you do. I don't know why I moved Kent all the way over here. Get back out of here, Kent. What are you doing? You should know better.
He's just chilling.
Thormia is hopefully going to cast fire. Nope, I'm going to punch out Alberto. That's cool, too. Oh, right, I'm super low on renewals. Whatever. There are some juicy, delicious experience points that I want here, but it looks like Thormia is going to go after Cook, so I don't really care. Cook still has his one last renewal in his pocket. And yes, I stole Thormia's Fireball. Of course, now that I use the wrong pronoun, the rest of the chat is going to do that too. Thormia is a dude. I know that the sprite is not the clearest, but Thormia is actually a male character.
Yes.
Force of habit. For the first 2 or 3 times I played through the game, I actually thought Thormia was a lady, and it's been really hard to shake it for the last couple of attempts that I've done at this game.
I think everybody feels that way, except for some reason Mike Uyama playing through thought Cherry was a guy.
Cherry is very much not guy-looking.
Yeah, Mike. I don't know, whatever.
But this fight is basically trivial, because Thormia is just going to sit here and punch Cook over and over again, and Cook doesn't care. And poison does an enormous amount of damage, and every time Thormia casts a fire spell, the only thing it causes is a slight time loss. So nobody cares. We're wise to your tricks, Thormia. You don't impress anybody.
Are you putting poison back on?
That's the hope, yeah. It's having some trouble sticking, but we're trying to get there.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and throw a stun strike. Yeah, I didn't even need it. Whatever. Get wrecked, Thormia. Oh, oops, we killed Thormia. Well, that's bad. You might remember earlier that the Legend Vipers are connected to the planet. And one of the things discussed in the plot was that when you kill the Legend Viper, it will also kill the planet. And we're currently standing on planet Thormia. So this could be bad. Alright, need to menu trick our way back in.
They're like, oh, that really important plot point. Who cares?
Yeah, they'd completely write it off. It doesn't come up again for the rest of the game. This is what we were supposed to see the first time we came here, except it wasn't supposed to have Thormia's corpse in the background. So I guess ignore that. And then we see this beautiful little aside, this meanwhile of what the villains are scheming. Although the one on the right is already dead, so we know that this is a little bit out of order. And also, the one on the left is the Enforcer. And the Enforcer, as mentioned earlier, is a shape changer. And this is where they explain that Thormia himself did not stoop to going to Gator Pyramid to fight us. That was the Enforcer pretending to be Thormia. What a jerk.
All the Enforcer does is, like, change into metal. And I guess Thormia.
Metal and Thormia, yeah, that's basically all he ever does. And we're pretty much done with him now. So much dialogue. Okay, alright. We're good, we're good. Don't worry about it. Everything's great. We don't need to be here. What am I doing? Get out of here. Stupid face. Alright. We're done at the pyramid. We've had enough of its crap. We're going home.
I'm trying to remember why you go all the way into the pyramid there and then out.
Terra says you should. There's no other reason for it. We're gonna go to the inn, and we have some stat adjustment to do here. We're done here. Okay, good, good. And you are good, and you are good. Cool. You don't have any stats because you are lame. Alright, that looks pretty good. What do we got going on here? I need to go buy some items. Go over here. I got a lot of crap to sell, so we're going to sell some crap. We got this garbage. We're going to sell rock. Oops, and clarity, apparently. Good thing I didn't need that. And what do I actually need here? I need special bread and medicine for Claire. Cook and Alberto get some renewals. That should be good enough.
Special bread gives you 50% of your MP, right?
50% of your max MP, yep.
Okay.
And now we're up to the secret plot that Terra has arranged for us. Terra is pretending that we've been captured, much like Chewbacca at the Death Star. Except Terra is a good guy here and chops the crap out of these dudes. Get wrecked, these dudes.
Oh, I love how they fall apart. They're like, bleh.
She takes the head off of one of them. She's pretty serious business. Also, Alberto is really skeevy and constantly hits on the female characters, and in this case they allude to the fact that she doesn't really feel like untying him because he's kind of a jerk. Alright, things are about to get a little bit hectic. Hopefully this goes well. I didn't buff my speed stat as high as I usually do in a run, so this is going to be a little sketchy.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and see. Who normally would have the speed stat buffed? It would be Claire, right?
Claire would have 3 more points of speed than she currently does, but I went for a higher attack stat this run.
Ah.
This part is not especially dangerous, but it is still really annoying. This is where we find out if that speed stat's good enough. Okay, I feel pretty comfortable that I'm going to be okay here. I didn't make a safety save, so if it's not high enough, we're in some serious trouble. Bye-bye, that guy. All right, now this is going to look weird, I promise.
Yep.
All right, we're back. Don't worry about it. Nothing is wrong.
Oh yeah, this part is a little bit terrifying if you don't save and quit.
Well, apparently that high-speed chase is still going on. Yeehaw!
Oh baby, I heard it earlier. We heard the sirens.
Oh yeah, yeah. Apparently it was going on in quite a significant way.
Oh nice. So if you don't save and quit there, then like people turn into other people, and I don't know exactly what happens. It's very easy to get stuck in a cutscene though.
It does a lot of Thormia's stuff. Like it turns Cook into Thormia, it turns Alberto into a zombie. It gets really, really trippy, and then it doesn't know how to fire all the triggers it's being told to fire, and it winds up just completely freezing the game.
Yep.
And look, the SS Pursuit is here the whole time! Uh-oh, but there's also a ghost that followed us from the Great Pyramid.
It doesn't have wheels, though.
The ghost? Ghosts don't usually have wheels.
No, not the ghost.
No.
Whoa, this ghost.
This ghost is for real.
He's a looker.
He is a beautiful ghost.
The most beautiful of all ghosts.
So I still have
the Ghost King.
There. The Reaper Charm's super important because it's worth a crap load of money. And just like with Thormia, the Ghost is going to try and waste time casting fire spells on Claire, and that's exactly what we want.
Do you think this could be the Enforcer's ghost?
It could be the Enforcer's ghosts. It seems to indicate that this ghost has something to do with the pyramid, and Thormia is going to, like, I don't know, hook up with the ghost or whatever. It's got a very Napstablook look thing going on here.
Well, that's cute.
It's kind of weird.
I guess.
It's not the love story I would have recommended, but...
Hey, they were looking for a love story, okay?
Alright, that's true.
Not the love story.
This game does utterly lack love stories until the finale in 100%. Yes, there are multiple categories for this game, although none of them exist on speedrun.com. However, the difference between 100% and any percent is that you can do a bunch of side quests for the characters to get them their happy ending, which is sort of like in Mass Effect 2, where like at the end of the game, the story goes better if you give everyone their side story. We're not going to be doing that. It wastes so much time.
Yeah.
I will run it eventually because I think it would be funny, but I'm not going to do it now.
I'd be curious to... I don't know if I'd necessarily run it, but I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I'll probably get around to it eventually. It would require another 15 minutes of grinding, which is the only reason I haven't done it yet. Not throwing a knife. Poison dart. Please stick. Please stick. Please stick. Ah, Cherry. Not Cherry. Claire. Claire, stop looking like Cherry. You're killing me, lady. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas.
The dev got a lot of mileage out of that fire effect.
Yeah.
Also the fire sound effect.
Yeah. There we go.
Also all the sound effects.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in this game that are actually sort of good. It's just they're sandwiched by so much garbage. It's really hard to like pick it apart and find the parts that are actually not trash.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use a little bit of bread here because I'm going to need to have my MP topped off momentarily. And also, Alberto, the one thing you're really useful for, champ, there you go. That feels better. Okay, that all looks good. I re-equipped Claire's intro weapon, which is total garbage. It's the Thief Knife. It has one of the lowest attack values in the game. It has no additional benefit, but your bonus special attack action is tied into what type of weapon you're using. So you've seen me use Blade Copter a lot. That's what happens when you're using sword. You can use Deflect if you're using a saber, which is a weapon only Cherry can use. And knives are unique to Claire, and it gives you the ability Throat Jab. And it's really unclear what Throat Jab is supposed to do for you.
Yeah.
However, it does two things, and one of them is absolutely critical for the run. One of them is it applies a slight debuff to the attack power of the enemy. Yawn, who cares? The other is it reduces the effect of literally every buff on the target to 0. And that's very important because in this fight we're fighting the actual Thormia. And the actual Thormia...
Yeah, real Thormia, scary.
Real Thormia has one ability we really care about, and that's called Legend Shield. And Legend Shield makes Thormia immune to 100% of damage from all sources.
Oh my gosh, I love me a Legend Shield. So good.
If I had a Legend Shield, this game would be much easier.
Playing this casually and getting a Legend Shield is hilarious, okay? Because you just sit here, you're like, I want to kill you, but I can't.
All right, now we see here, we've gotten to the point where I've got throat jab up. Alberto's here. He just got the crap beat out of him. I don't care. Because Thormia's now in a loop. Thormia's going to sit around and refresh Legend Shield over and over and over again. And I'm going to keep throat jabbing Legend Shield off, and Thormia's just going to keep doing this over and over and over. In Sockfolder's run, he had splits for like every boss, and this was boring Thormia in his splits, and that is a very apt way to describe it, because this Thormia is terrible. We have to do like 400 damage to Thormia to advance this. We can also just survive for a really long period of time, and that will still advance the plot, believe it or not. No, good crit there.
Oh yeah, it does.
You just have to sit around for like 5 minutes, and eventually Thormia gives up on you. I believe it actually impacts whether or not you can get 100%. I'm having Cook and Alberto run around like idiots to waste ATB so that Claire gets a chance to act again to use Throat Jab. And the reason that I have to do that is because Throat Jab uses 1/2 of your ATB, and attacking only uses 1/4. And so even though they have slower speed stats, they're going to act faster than Claire will as a result. We should be getting very close now. There we go. Good fight. Nice and easy.
There we go. Good, good. Branching storylines. Oh, yeah. You know, this game has it all.
All right, now for a very important part of the story, and something that I actually had come up during a practice run yesterday, but I will not be doing in this run because I don't know what to do with it if it happens. Terra runs off by herself to go fight Fleming. As mentioned many times before, we are still very under level. Terra cannot solo Fleming. In fact, Fleming will one-shot Terra. In 100%, Cherry needs to chase after her to save her. We're not going to do that. Sorry, Terra. So
are you going to try to one-shot Fleming?
No, I'm going to actively try to not do that. So Terra has an ability called Decapitate. And Decapitate is something you can do with axes, which is weapon type only Terra can use. And it has about a 10% chance of instant death. So
I always use it. I always use it, okay? Gotta give her one shot.
Nope. Because if it happens, you actually get more dialogue. And it makes a skip later much harder. And yes, here's my favorite fatality of the game. Oh, Terra, you just got wrecked. Good night.
Wasn't expecting my whole arm to go through your gut, were you? Wow.
Good riddance. That also makes it easier to do menuing later because I don't have to go over her portrait. Now, if only I could get Knight killed off, too. That'd be great. Oh, but Terra never made it back. And just like before, we show remorse for one line of dialogue, and then we don't talk about her ever again.
Poor Terra. You can't help everyone. Oh, well.
And then Knight shows up, and we're like, well, crap, Knight's back. Nobody likes that. Nobody wants to talk to Knight.
No, take Terra over Knight. Knight, you should have gotten your gut punched.
That's why he's wearing all that armor, so Fleming can't punch through his gut. Alright, we need, I think, these three. I hope I got that right. Alright, we got a couple things to do here, and by a couple I mean a million. Oh boy. Alright, let's see here if I can fix this problem. Get that and... Actually, no, that's good for now, because I'm gonna go sell some crap first. We're gonna do some, I'm gonna do my menuing slightly out of order here.
Yeah, shopping is always fun.
You know, actually, no. We're good. Don't worry about that. Oh, I forgot about these other idiots, though. I need lots of HP for everyone that isn't Claire. Oops. There we go. That looks good. And Cook, yes. Good, good, good. Alberto, Cook, Claire, good. Conversion's good. Everything looks great. Safety save. And writing down to leave. Aw, yes.
Oh, awesome.
And now it is time to go pursue Thormia. So, the lore is very important here. What happened is, we had those key pieces. We knew that they absorbed lightning. We were trying to collect all of the key pieces in order to open the lightning gate, which should allow us to travel back to Earth. Along the way, we found our spaceship and didn't care. And now we've been fooled into giving up all of our key pieces to the big bad guy because we're very smart.
Well, the ghost took it.
Yeah.
The ghost was like, haha.
The ghost we were handily beating the crap out of. I'm not very impressed by the ghost, but I'm even less impressed by Claire.
I love the ghost, okay? You never see the ghost again, do you?
No, never. Well, sort of. You sort of do. That'll become very apparent in about 2 minutes, assuming I do this next skip correctly. I find this next skip to be the hardest skip in the game. It's a 2-part skip. The first one's pretty easy. The second one's a lot harder. And it is a time-consuming skip, so I might be here for a little while. If it gets real bad, I might have to do Control-Alt-Delete strats.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's my party looking? Delicious. All right, cool. Oh, what? Well, Control-Alt-Delete strats. So now, should be just a minute here. Do.
Yeah, some of the, like, you've been performing them really, really well so far.
Yeah, this one's really sketchy.
Dear me.
It's my favorite image from the entire run.
Oh, it's good.
So my expectation...
He looks like E.T.
He does, kind of, yeah. My expectation is to have to do this probably 3 or 4 times over the course of the run, and having the first one come up this late is actually quite a mercy.
Yeah.
Come on, Demon Rush. We're almost there. We're so close.
You can do it, Demon Rush.
Come on.
It takes so long to load back up, though.
All right, we got it. We're back. We're back. Everything's cool. Let's see if I can get this skip first try. Well, second try, I guess. I'm being very deliberate about this. There we go. First skip. See you later, Fleming. We don't care about you. Claire's going to run in the lava. She's cool, too. And then here's the harder part. Please, game, cooperate. I'm going to be extremely deliberate because it is really, really easy to mess this up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure Brosentia can attest to how much this skip sucks. You can probably hear me, like, really firmly tapping the keyboard to make sure that I'm only getting a couple pixels at a time, because I really need this frame-perfect trick to work. This fight is impossible. Got it.
Good,
really hard.
Yeah, it's definitely the hardest skip in the game.
Thormia is also Cherry now. That's not a plot point. That's actually an awesome glitch. Sometimes Thormia becomes Alberto. There's your ghost, by the way. And,
oh, yay, my ghost.
Here we find out that Thormia is haunted by a Doom Shadow. Doom Shadow, Doom Shadow.
I forgot the ghost came back.
All right, so this
And then Night fights you. It's great.
This is a little scary. This is a sketchy part of the run right here, and this can go very badly very quickly. We're going to steal a Grackleberry. Thanks for the Grackleberry. Okay, cool. That worked out pretty well. So now we want to get Cook up here, and Cook really wants to stun Thormia. That's going to buy me enough time to run away. And we really want to Poison Dart Thormia. Good. Poison stuck on the first try. That is humongous. So
oh, wow.
The game lets us steal the Reaper Charm from the Ghost earlier, and that is incredibly important because the Reaper Charm actually protects you from the Death status ailment, which is what Thormia keeps trying to cast. However, we also sold that because we really like money, so I guess that might suck.
I was going to say, I thought you sold it.
I did. That is actually part of the route, and it is actually intentional to do that. It just makes this part really dodgy. So fingers crossed. Oops, I didn't need to heal you.
Yeah, Doom usually... I don't know what the hit rate is for Doom, though.
It is not unusual, by the way, for Alberto to be murdered by that. That is expected. The hit rate is actually based on the character's... Oh, I forgot to get more renewals. Well, whatever. I guess we'll just medicine this dude. It's based on the hit rate against your defense stat. So if your defense is high, you are more resistant to Doom, which means if he's trying to Doom Cook, the odds of it working are much lower. And if he tries to Doom Claire, things could get real bad. And I would really like Alberto to be able to survive this fight, so I'm going to go for it. It might result in Cook's death, but we'll see. Or Claire's death. That could be a bummer, too. Let's see if I can get her back up. That was using Doom on Claire, and Thormia's AI will use Doom on whoever Thormia wants to. It doesn't matter. It's just a thing that Thormia likes to do sometimes. Thormia's kind of a cool guy. Guess we'll heal up Claire. Sort of want to just waste Alberto's actions. because Alberto sucks and I hate him. But he does have all of my renewals, so we're going to wake him back up. And Kent needs to stay alive, and Claire needs to try to reapply poison. And as long as we outlast... you're going to defend. I'm going to let Alberto do this. As long as we outlast Thormia now, we should be in good shape. Now, Thormia can reapply Legend Shield. I'm actually surprised that Thormia has not done that yet. But if Thormia
even if you do have poison on, Legend Shield will prevent any damage from that.
Well, I guess I summoned that one myself. That was my fault. The good news is you can change your items in combat. So I'm going to put the Thief Knife back on, and then I'm going to run up and throat jab Thormia. I'm going to waste a poison tick, but it shouldn't matter. Claire is very heroic. She just got eaten for that, but that's okay. I think maybe 1 or 2 more ticks of poison, probably 2, will finish Thormia off. Alright, come on Alberto, just bring her back up before she bites it. That's all I need. I bought extra renewals for this run because I did have a lot of problems running out of renewals earlier.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright, good. Phew! Safe fight. Safe fight. That is most of the scary part of the game done. The rest of the game is actually a lot less dangerous.
Oh, good. Good.
Now we have a lot of dialogue.
Kent's a zombie. Poor Kent. Ah, well, yeah, after that, I feel pretty good about how this is going.
Yeah, this is actually being a very cooperative run so far.
Yeah.
I am 3 minutes behind the world record for reference. I actually made up a lot of time on that split. Which is weird because I doubled back and ran back and forth a lot. I sort of lost my train of thought a couple times. But we're about to do a very bizarre part of the game. This can either go really, really well or really, really badly. It's quite RNG heavy. There's not really anything I can do about it, so I'm not real worked up about whether or not it goes exactly drawn up to plan, because there's not a lot I can do to influence that. I want diamond plate for Alberto. I want Alberto to wear that. I need to sell this Grackleberry. It is worth a crap load of money.
Oh, yeah.
I need to also buy a ton of renewals. That's good, that's good. And I need some special bread for nobody. I think we're good. Medicine for Cherry and Alberto. I forgot about that. Good enough. Alright, that should be good. And now it's really, really, really important that I make a safety save here. Unfortunately, I have to run all the way back to the Tratus headquarters to go make that save. Tratus really loves the color yellow. And down we go to Nightmare Land. We're going to Menarge, which is where Legend Viper Steve makes his lair.
Steve. What a jerk.
Kent is like, Steve's a cool guy. We like Steve. We're going to go hang out with him. And the rest of us are like, Steve is a weirdo. Now we find out that, surprise, Steve is a weirdo, and he summoned his mages to beat the crap out of us. Now what I really want...
They look like...
They are...
The mages look like they're from the 1800s. They're going to churn some butter.
Basically, yeah. I need to make sure that Cherry is up and Cherry gets a turn. As long as Cherry gets a turn, then we're in pretty good shape here. I also want to try and kill one of the furthest away ones. The guys who are furthest away are the most likely to use that shock attack. And shock does a ridiculous amount of damage and causes stun. And these guys can also do as many shocks in a combat as they want. They never run out of spell charges.
Yeah.
So at this point, things have gotten a lot safer. And in fact, these guys are going to have a tough time getting through Alberto. The only thing that can really go wrong is if Alberto's HP gets so low from the beatings that he's taking right now that he winds up becoming the new target for shock. And the way that I'm going to circumvent that is, now that Alberto's been beat up for a while, he's going to take some medicine. He's going to chew some Tylenol, and all of a sudden he feels much better. It's going to take a long time for them to chew through him. Not Cherry. The only way this fight can go wrong is if I accidentally give Cherry a different command. The unfortunate thing is, because we are forced to take Alberto and Cherry, we don't have any of our heavy hitters in this fight. We don't have any poison, we don't have any blade copter, we got nothing. We have Cherry tanking, and we have Alberto trying to punch people to death, and Alberto sucks at everything. So It's going to be a little while we sit around and murder these mages.
Yeah, they have so much HP. It's just, well, for the amount of damage that you're doing, it's just a pain.
I think the game assumes that you are going to have upgraded Cherry enough that Cherry can do your heavy lifting here, and it just doesn't work out that way. There's a fight we're going to skip in a little bit that actually is a robot that has like 850 hit points, and it one-shots this party. And that's why we're going to skip it. That's actually, I think, one of the silliest skips in the entire game. It's also the only one that doesn't work the same way the other skips do.
Yeah, this is a skip that I created.
That's right. That is your legacy, is that robot.
Yeah, it was a weird skip, but I thought, what if I took this menu into this location and did something?
Yeah, you guys are going to see it. It's going to look really dopey. It actually reminds me of some much better programmed games, because it's very similar to skips I've seen in some fairly more mainstream titles. None are popping to mind right away, but when you see the trick, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So this game actually does one very good design thing that other RPGs do as well, and that is that when characters leave your party gets a free heal. To prevent you from a circumstance where, like, Kent is about to leave my party here, and if Kent was my only living party member and I didn't get the free heal, I would enter the next sequence with 2 dead characters and nobody else. And the game recognizes that would be stupid and gives me the free heal instead. Also, speaking of Kent, he just got stabbed in the gut. Bam. Dead man. Because Steve's a jerk.
No, Kent.
Steve just murdered his friend. And we were like, duh, I told you so, stupid face. These guys are going to blast the crap out of Cherry.
And it's more mages.
They do not usually melee Cherry. That is a new development. I'm a little scared.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is real bad. Oh, this is real bad. Please punch him. Thank you. Okay, okay. This can be saved. Please come to punch me instead. No? No? Okay. Alright, I think we can salvage this. We're gonna salvage this in the worst way possible.
Okay.
This is gonna take a little while.
Hey, you know, extremes were made to be extreme, you know?
Extremely bad. This is not the optimal strategy. Generally speaking, they do not go after Cherry. That's a very unusual quirk of the RNG. But anyway, we're just going to make sure we're nice and topped off and everything is great. Oh, he's going for a melee. Alright, get up, Cherry. Now's your time to shine. Get up, girl. Oh, well, alright, never mind. Fooled you, she's back. She's better than ever. Oh, please, boy. Cherry, please, Cherry. Now, they're probably going to both melee her. Oh, but if they're going to go for spells, that's much better. And she's dead. Alright, well, please don't blast me. Oh, well, they're gonna blast me. Cool. So what we're seeing here is about what my strategy is gonna be for the next, like, 2 or 3 minutes.
You can still make it.
Oh, yeah. It's just a question of how much time this is going to waste. I was on a pretty good split. And this is pretty bad. But the fight before this is so slow that this is actually still better than resetting.
Yep.
And they generally will use their static about 60% of the time, so them using it this much is technically average, but it does feel like terrible RNG.
Okay, they went for punches.
Yeah, those were both shocks on this one, so let's wait it out one more time. That's a punch, that's good. Alright. Get up, Cherry. Cherry's down. Okay, that's fine. I got punched, that's good. I got shot, that's bad. We're back to recharging.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, if anybody wants to go get a drink or something, now is probably your time to do it.
True, true.
If I get double shotted here... No, okay, we're gonna have to redo it anyway. Bummer, I kind of figured that would happen. It's fine. We have a safety save up the top, I just have to do that first Menage fight again. I did kind of have a feeling that was gonna go wrong.
Yeah, it's not too surprising. I mean, having one game over is, like, not the, you know...
It's expected in this game.
Not really, the worst thing that could happen.
Getting out of this game with 3 or fewer game overs would be very helpful.
Yeah.
One part of the strategy I would like to try to implement at some point is to get Cherry 2 more speed points. Because Cherry with 2 more speed points and a Beast Bandana actually acts before these guys. Come on, Cherry. I guess... Do you have medicine left on your person? Yes, you do. Fix him. And defend. And deflect. Okay, we're better now.
We have some people who are like, I can't handle this game.
This game's too good.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody can
just
handle
imagine.
how good this game is.
Some of us have handled hundreds of hours of this game.
I don't know about hundreds of hours, but probably close to 40 or 50 hours of practice.
Yeah, that's probably closer.
So that's what I was mentioning earlier, where there's just nothing you can do sometimes. If the RNG really wants to go after Cherry, then Cherry's just going to bite it. There is a very mild tweak I can try to make that will salvage a little bit of it, but it's still not going to be ideal. Kill this guy. There we go. Alright, now it is time to wreck these dudes. Good job, Alberto. You're showing them what for.
Yeah, it looks like this battle is going a lot better than before.
Well, this one has Cook in it, so we still have the reprise coming up in a moment. That's the much scarier part.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, you know, you've got Kent, who's tanking all this, you know, who's dealing all this damage, just total powerhouse, and then suddenly it's like, oh, he's dead.
You just get stabbed right in the chest.
And you...
So anybody
yeah, and you just have to deal with it with 2 of the crappier characters of the game.
Yeah, if anybody out there failed your Mythos saving throw and were forced to be confronted with some Cthulhian horror and drew the inevitable madness from it, you might remember that Steve is wearing an immortality medallion.
Yes.
And, well, it was super effective against Steve, huh? Best immortality medallion I've ever had. Pow pow! Whack! Alright, we're almost there. It's looking good, looking good. Cost me about 5 minutes, which is a big bummer. My last run that was successful missed the world record by 2 minutes, so that could be a world record killer, but we'll find out. Dialogue, dialogue, dialogue. We're going to see Kent get stabbed. Thankfully, he's got that nice light blue target on the back of his shirt to make sure that we get the sword through the exact part of the chest we're aiming for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good shot. Not quite a bullseye, but still pretty quality. And, of course, the music dies here, which is actually kind of a bummer, but it's also terrible. There we go. Music's back. Thank goodness.
Wait, someone is making DOS Athena?
That
what?
sounds great. I'd play that.
Alright,
this is already going better than last time. Punch you, and then please, Cherry, get the chance to move. These guys are really close. Let's go ahead and just move a little bit and then deflect. And then as long as this guy in front of Alberto doesn't take off to go beat up Cherry, I think we should be in okay shape. Alright, that should be good.
Good.
That's a super minor adjustment that tends to make the AI do what I want it to do.
Yeah, moving sometimes can get the AI to target who you want. So, just making small adjustments can definitely help out.
It is proximity-based, and the proximity in the game is super weird. And we saw some of that with the grind with Brooks earlier, with the AoE effect, where the circle is obviously much larger than the area of effect. Same is true for these guys' aggro bubbles. The area is very bizarre. It doesn't work the way you would expect it to, so the feel of it is totally wrong. Kapow! Right in the kidney. Yeah, get wrecked, Cherry. Take your 0 damage. Please kill him. Alright, well, he's not dead yet.
Okay.
We're almost there, though. We have one more fight in this style that we have to deal with, but after that, we're done with Cherry and Alberto for a while.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. And we're going to get access to the most useful character in the game very soon as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to make fights like this look utterly trivial. They do a nice job of killing your most useful character and then giving you somebody better.
Yeah, I love it. Like, in the game, normally, if you just playing casually, he enters in about the same level as you. or the same power as you, but if you do these strats, you know, speedrunning strats, he's so much more powerful. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, you guys will see what we're talking about very soon. It is very funny.
Oh, yeah.
We're almost there. Come on. Yeah, go ahead and blast Cherry. I don't care. Whatever. Do what you gotta do there, wizard guy. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. One more punch. I think we'll do it. Nope. One more after this, maybe? Maybe? Come on. Throw me a bone here, game. I would love to kill this mage. Alright, come on. Maybe one more. One more. I'm waiting for the minute when the mage is just like, oh, screw this, and blasts Alberto. There we go. Yes. Done. 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 Got it. Fight is over. Get wrecked.
Woo!
Alright.
Oh, man.
And now we get some more dialogue. Thank goodness. That's exactly what I needed. Because I was thinking the plot doesn't make that much sense. I would really appreciate if the game would tell me a little more of what's going on. Unfortunately, it does.
Good old Pound with the chip on his neck.
Yeah. So I'll talk a little bit more about Pound momentarily, but we are going to see a little more of him soon.
Yes.
We had a big plot reveal here, and that is that Steve and Thormia have been seduced by the Legend Viper of Rosselhaug, who is a female Legend Viper. And she has gotten pregnant many times, and her offspring are now being used Matrix-style as a battery for necromantic wizardry. And the scary part about that is we find out here that Diamo, which is the Legend Viper of Rosselhaug, actually caused the destruction of the planet by becoming the Possessor.
So the hell did you just say?
All those words?
I don't know. That... Kowal! I forgot all that. What the crap?
Yes, so that means that the Demon Rush was caused by Diamo, the Legend Viper of Rosselhaug, who, by the way, learned how to do that from the Necromancers of Rosselhaug, even though she herself is the Legend Viper of Necromancy. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We're good. Don't
Can
worry
I
about
just
it.
fall asleep, like, during the story?
No, you may not. You must endure. Let's see. I want to not use those. I want to use Power Surge and just heal everybody up nice and pleasantly. Make sure everyone's nice and topped off, because this next part can be a bear. Alright, here's the weirdest skip that I think is in this game. We're going to go ahead and menu skip this guy, and we're going to bring his dialogue with us. We really like his dialogue. He's a cool guy. He wants to offer us a place to sleep because merchants in enemy dungeons is a theme in RPGs, I guess. And the D was like, I need that in my game. So this mage in a place
what the crap?
Living.
This mage is like, I'll go ahead and let you sleep here.
Alright, here we go. Please work. Thank you. And Alberto just walks off the screen, Cherry walks into the wall, and this robot just forgets to fight us.
I still love it. I just love it.
So this is the final mage fight that we're going to have to do, and oh boy. Please don't kill Cherry. Thank you.
Oh no.
Do 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 do. Crap, they're both going after Cherry. That's why I made a safety save. This is not supposed to be what they do. She's gonna get wrecked. I'm gonna try and get her back up. If they don't insta-kill Alberto, there's a chance I can get Cherry up, and Daikatana will probably kill them.
Daikatana. I still love it. Like, Daikatana is a legendary bad game, and he's like, let's use that name for our game.
Come
on, Cherry, stay alive.
Alright, well that's fine. That was a mercy. We'll come back to this fight in a second. I'm actually going to make one brief adjustment to my formation that should help.
Oh, good.
Let's go ahead and move Claire forward and Cherry down. There we go. That should help.
Cool.
Alright, come on. There we go. Got that sweet menu skip. Thankfully, the robot skip is actually very consistent. It's the hardest skip, I think, to learn, but it's the easiest one to duplicate. The timing of it is really wonky. And the pixel that starts the encounter is actually a lot further forward than you would think it should be.
It really is.
Alright, fingers crossed this makes some amount of difference. There is RNG involved in what places these mages spawn as well, and that's one of the reasons why they magnetize so weirdly.
By the way, doing this is still a lot faster than fighting the robot. Like, fighting the robot once takes so long. I think it's like 10 or 15 minutes.
Please just
one of the longer fights.
Alright, that looks good, that looks good. We should be okay. As long as that guy on the left doesn't magnetize to Cherry, I think we're in business.
Is it worth extreming Alberto?
Is it, no, not really. Crap.
Okay.
Crap, crap, crappy, crap, crappy, crap, crap.
Ooh, that's bad.
That's real bad. He's gonna get murdered again. I should have walked instead. Come on, Cherry. No, that didn't work, Cherry. That was not an impressive performance. I'm disappointed in you and the quality of the effort you put forward. Alright, I'm going to die again here. It's all location-based. That's the problem with the RNG in this fight. I'm actually going to take the intentional death. It's faster than Control-Alt-Deleting out. Ah, please just use your spell! I'm so close to dead, you guys. Just use your spell. Alright, there you go. Thank you.
You come and they're like, hey, we're going to high-five you.
Alright. Yes. Please, formation, do what I want you to do. Claire needs to come forward, Cherry needs to go down. That should be good. Alright, there we go. Get that out of here. I'm gonna lose 10 minutes to this skip. This is a bummer. Menage is a real, like, muddy part of the run. It's just, there's no good way to do it. Because you absolutely need the AI to go after Alberto, and if it doesn't because of locations, there's nothing you can do about it. Alright, this looks terrible. This might actually be the worst layout I've ever seen. If they both shoot, maybe it's okay? Alright, yep, this should be okay. I can work with this.
Okay.
Alberto's really slow, but I think this will work. I think the difference in distance is a big enough gap now that we should be okay. I just need to get Cherry to get one turn. If Cherry can get one turn, we're in business. She needed like one dot on the ATB bar to get an action. When you do come back up, by the way, you come up with a very similar portion to ATB as you died, which means that Cherry is now immune to ranged attacks as long as she's not killed. And the only way she can die at this point is if one of these guys peels off to go punch her in the face, or if I issue the wrong command. Alright, we're good, we're good. Problem solved. Crisis averted.
Oh, cool.
I feel much better about everything all of a sudden. We do still have a couple really questionable fights coming up soon. One of them is actually coming up in about a minute and a half. Or because of this fight, about 900 minutes from now. Come on, Alberto, let's go. Not you, stupid. Back to Alberto, there we go. Alberto's our hero here. You just stand in the corner and get shot with lightning. I should mention, the reason that they've magnetized to her for the lightning shots has to do with an elemental weakness of the characters. Another thing the game never really communicates to you unless you go looking for it, the characters all have an elemental type that's attached to them, and because Cherry is elementally weak to lightning, the lightning guys magnetize to her for ranged attacks. And that's why they keep shooting her even though it does 0 damage. And that's also why we get the Pyro Bandana to Claire, because Claire is actually water elemental, and so the fire elemental targets her specifically. And that actually
makes sense.
That's why giving her the Pyro Bandana makes Thormia a joke.
Honestly, I had no clue. It was just like, oh, they want to catch Claire on fire? Give her a bandana. Okay.
That's actually why my grind segment will be faster than yours, unless something goes really wrong. It's because I'll be doing some in-combat bandana swapping with Claire that makes the grind a lot safer.
Yep.
Which is good, because right now I'm like 20 minutes behind your time. I'll make up a lot of that.
We'll see what happens.
It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. I promised Puexel I'd try, so I'm going to give it everything I got, but I don't know what's going to happen. Alright, I think one more punch will probably do it, and I did already glitch out the way that the combat zooms around, so that's kind of fun.
Oh, good.
There we go. Good, good, good. Alright, awesome. I only have one more fight I have to do with these two idiots. And it's going to be with the benefit of Pound. So if we don't go to this door first, and we go to the other door, those two mooks break Pound's legs. And then Pound doesn't join our party because he can't participate in our adventuring. Trace sad.
Aw, poor Pound.
In my first casual run, actually, I did not save Pound first. This looks scarier than it is, but I can actually skip the two guys up at the top of the hallway. Mostly because Pound is fast enough to act first. Pound is level 5 at this point in the game. The level cap is 8. My current party members are like 3. So let's see. Formation. Pound is going to the top right. I need to have Cherry to the bottom right, already done, and I need to have Alberto in the front row middle. I also need everybody to be topped off.
This fight upcoming can go wrong, but it tends to be a little bit more reliable than others. At least I've had this fight go wrong.
I've had it go wrong, and I've lost like 28 minutes on a PB pace.
Oh boy.
I actually had one run that was going incredibly well until I got here, and then I didn't make a safety save before the segment coming up, and immediately died. So I wound up having to do this fight over again, wiped 3 more times before I got through it. This fight can be really trolly, but it should be okay because I bought so many renewals.
People are like, this is a really weird engine, and yeah, the level cap is odd.
They're like, the experience system actually works. It's not bad. There's a lot of things in the game to make fun of. The experience system is actually mostly functional.
It is, and honestly, most of the power that you get is just through the normal stat gains.
Which are then manipulatable in a system that I actually think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so Steve's going after Cherry. That's not unexpected. If Cherry gets a chance to act, I can actually have her just tank, which is funny. But that's not going to happen here. Actually, she might be able to get away with it, extreming. No, we're just going to go for this. Oh, I used all of her MP. Never mind. So I'm going to have her run away. The trick here is just to make sure that I get like 5 attacks with Pound. That'll be good enough. We're going to actually get up close and personal and then extreme.
You see, Pound does so much damage.
He'll be doing a lot more soon, too. Alright, Pound has 1 renewal. Hopefully that's good enough for Cherry to live. Bye, Cherry. Get the heck out of here. You're no longer needed. I don't have to do anything fancy here.
Are you going to extreme her as well?
I might as well. She's probably going to get lightning shot in a moment.
I think it's a good choice.
Yeah,
keep her alive.
It's a good bet she's going to get hit by lightning. Yep, I was right. That worked out pretty good. Okay. I have her keep recharging. Lightning actually is the one range attack I've found in the game that you cannot deflect. Don't know why that is.
Really?
It's super weird and arbitrary, but that is a true statement. But this fight's actually going very well now. Pound has more than enough MP to finish the fight by himself, so...
Oh, yeah.
And there's no real reason for the other two to contribute because their damage output is so bad. I think one more Mind Spike will actually finish the fight.
Yeah, if you're extreme, you do quite a bit... Oh my gosh.
Well done.
You do quite a bit more damage, but... Honestly, probably better to play it safe since this fight is just really risky.
This fight can be very trolly. It's not a hard fight, it's just a huge troll. Alright, there we go. So, important feature of the plot that I'll be explaining as it happens here. Steve is telling us I should wield the Absolute Siphon. It's going to happen eventually anyway. You might as well pick the guy from Earth. And we're like, that's stupid. We work against the Absolute Siphon. And he's like, you can't just erase it. So then he tries to fuse with the building to become as powerful as Thormia, using necromantic powers that Pound taught him how to use without safety precautions. And he does turn into the building in a way that discorporates his body and kills him instantly. A clever ploy. It makes as little sense as you expect. Also, Cook is back. Welcome back, Cook. We missed
some
you.
of these sprites. I never get over the sprites. They're so good.
They're so good. Alright, now we
no, Kent.
crapload of dialogue incoming.
Oh, yeah. So if there are any donations, let's go ahead and get those read.
Greetings from Germany.
Looks like we don't have any. Okay.
Well, crap. All right, well. Oh, well. You are watching Big Bad Game-a-thon and, you know, all that stuff. Actually, a little bit of what's going on here is we're returning to the Sky Corps headquarters for the first time since, like, 2 minutes into the game. And they are blaming us for Steve's death, which is, frankly, completely earned, but our characters don't seem to think so. And they're blaming us for going to Thormia when we were specifically told not to go to Thormia, which is also completely earned, but our characters don't seem to think so. And then they're like, all right, well, you're arrested because you just committed multiple war crimes and started an intergalactic war. And we're like, wait, what? Why? Why are we arrested for that? And then we make a break for it. Even though we're in the middle of the headquarters where all of the guards are, we outrun all of the guards, and these two guys in red suits can't find us.
Hey, you increased your speed so much already. Like, I'm not surprised that you got away.
That's true, although these two idiots are very slow, and they're very incapable of fighting anybody. We're almost to a part that I have had very little luck doing.
Oh, really?
Professor Ness, thank you for your $10 poor taste donation. I am relieved to tell you this entire game is made 100% out of pure poor taste.
Oh, good. Yeah, after the marathon, we're going to grind it up and give it to someone. I don't know.
You.
Pure poor taste.
That's right.
Shove it down your throat.
I like to mix it in with my coffee. Alright, so we still have all this dialogue. This is another 4.5 segment where we're just sort of hang around and mash the S key. Although it's actually going pretty good.
So much dialogue.
This is actually going really, really well right now. The only part that can really trip me up now besides the grind and the final boss is one required fight where I kill a leader of the Necromancers. That's coming up very soon. Alright. Alberto flirts up Cherry here. It doesn't work. No surprises.
The next day.
Alberto is one of 3 characters in the game that has a side-eye face. Oh, this is great. I'm going to go through the dialogue a little slower as we name Pound here. I know some people are looking forward to this. Also, we find out that Joe made it safely to Earth somehow, even though space travel doesn't exist except for our one ship. Whatever.
I just had an idea about something you might be able to do with these cutscenes. Maybe I'll play around with that later.
Ah, I've already lured you into playing more Demon Rush.
No. Yes, you have, but no.
All right, this is great. Here we go. I'm going to go a little slower. So Pound says I'm going to use an alias too, so I'm going to choose Pound. You can call me Pound. That's no alias. That's just your name, moron. And then we move out. Ah, that was delicious. Oh, I enjoyed that just as much as I thought I would. All right.
Moron. Alberto. Does that only happen if you name him Pound?
Yeah. All right, what do I actually need here? I need Pound, Cook, and Claire. That's a typical party, actually, for us. We need to buy some renewals for everybody. Let's go ahead and get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I need to sell some fireballs. Pound comes with fireballs, because he's a real champ. We like him. He's a good guy. And we also need to buy a bunch of special bread for Claire. That's good enough. We're going to do some converting. We're going to start with Cook. And Cook, for the rest of the game, is only going to take his natural speed increases, and everything else is going to be HP. And Claire is going to get even faster. And that's one thing that is slightly different from the route as it currently exists, is I'm going to be putting a lot more points into speed than is currently the case on Brosentia's run.
Aha.
I'm going to go ahead and take a quick rest in here, because things can go a little haywire. Okay, that looks good. It's really, really finicky.
Yeah, this game is 4 hours. It's a long run.
Sometimes it's a lot longer than 4 hours. The casual run is about 13 hours.
Yeah.
We want to make sure the Veteran Blade is back on, and the Beast Bandana is back on.
get ready for swearing.
Oh, yes. If you are sensitive to foul language, in all seriousness, I'm not trying to make a funny joke. Do not watch the Scream for the next, like, 4 or 5 minutes. We're about to meet Alberto's sister, and Alberto's sister is extraordinarily foul-mouthed. And for people like me who don't care, I find it very funny, but people should not watch it if you're offended by foul language.
The Queen of Pain. Punch.
She is actually kind of an amusing character, and you can do a little bit more with her storyline-wise in the 100% run, which is something I would like to show off eventually. But as we see her in the any percent run, she really just shows up to drop a whole bunch of swears and foul language, and then she's off-screen for the rest of the game. I assume she's probably more useful than Alberto would be in a fight, but she never joins our party. Once we have Alberto's sister off-screen permanently, which is happening in about 15 minutes or so, we don't get really too much more foul language. We don't get any more of a specific kind of swear. The Queen Mother of Dirty Words, and also the other one.
Thank you, the D, for making that a required part of the playthrough.
Yeah. Yeah. And somehow you got this into RPG Limit Break. You monster.
I don't know. I think they skipped that part.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. I want this guy to chase me. There we go. See you later. That's slightly faster than trying to walk all the way around. So now we're reunited with this guy. I hate Jimmy.
This is where you learn about what happened to Brooks.
Yeah, they find Brooks's body on the ship.
But why?
Because they killed him and they brought his
body
here.
It's so dumb.
They didn't want to leave it for a necromancer.
He died somewhere else. Did they just be like, were they just like, let's put this body on the ship and then...
Yeah, we're going to put it in an airplane and fly away with it. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking, but that is the thing they did.
I don't know.
You can have poison, Kevin. Oh, it didn't stick. That's not good. Oh, Jimmy. Jimmy, why? Jimmy, my friend. You must survive. You must live on to tell our tale. Here, have some medicine.
He's not your friend.
Yeah, that's true. Jimmy's actually a total butt, but that's alright. He's going to sit here and get stabbed in the face. Thanks, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you getting stabbed. That's good stuff. It's my favorite part about you. When I think about reasons I like Jimmy, 100% of them are being stabbed. Now,
wow,
Kevin,
Blade Copter is dealing a lot of damage.
Yeah, Claire's got a very high attack stat right now. I'm going to be being very, very careful with the healing on Jimmy on account of the fact that this is a marathon run and I've already had a couple things go seriously wrong, and losing at this fight cost me about 12 minutes. In all seriousness, it seriously does cost me about 12 minutes if I screw up this fight, so...
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to play it a little safe. Should be good for one more defend. Yeah, we should be fine unless he crits. Alright, yeah, we're good. I still have one more medicine. Here you go, Jimmy. And now we're safe for the rest of the fight. One more tick of poison should probably do it. Nope, we still got a little bit more fight left. Get wrecked. The ticking for poison, by the way, is based on real uptime of ATBs refreshing. Imagine, if you will, that the poison itself has its own ATB bar. So they jump out of the plane with their parachutes. They left no parachutes for us. This plane is about to crash. Oh no, we're going down. The two of us are going to crash. And then the plane crashes. And then they're like, oh, it's a miracle you survived.
Something.
Well, this is the best part. She shows up. It's a miracle you survived. There's no wreckage, no scratches, no injuries. We just crashed.
Yeah, where is the crash?
Don't worry about it. It's probably on Thormia, because that's about how sensical this game is. Alright, next up I need to put a party together of Kent, Claire, and Jimmy. And the whole reason we came here was to get Jimmy into our party. Alberto nails it by saying the kid looks more prepared for trick-or-treating than going to fight demons, which is very true.
Jimmy.
All right. So if you're offended by poor language, the worst of it is past. All right. I need these two and this jerk.
Ah, what a jerk.
I don't think I need any more items. How am I on renewals? 3 renewals is quite a lot. Renewals for you, renewals for days. Let's actually balance these out a little bit here. And there we go. All right. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay. We are entering into the series of required events that I must do before I can do the final grind, so we're getting very close to the end now. Alright, we picked a destination.
The art budget was running out, that's why they didn't draw the plane.
It's time to go handle this necromancer problem. We have a necromancer infestation, and we are the Orkin Man.
Apparently, I haven't seen them bring anybody back to life, though.
Yeah, they never do. They actually never perform any necromancy on screen. Or
so just off-screen necromancy?
It's insinuated that the reason Jimmy hates his father is because his father used necromancy on his mom.
Oh, okay.
That's like the only actual exposure to necromancy we get in this game. Alright, and Jimmy even uses his father's name. Fun thing about Jimmy, his name is Jameson Viambre Jr., but his father's name is Kays, which means that his mom's probably named Jameson. And also his father has a different last name. The family doesn't really make any sense. But then again, neither does anything about the necromancers, so I'm not really worried about it. Oh my god, finish your dialogue. What they're talking about right here is Kays wants to wake the Destructor, which is this ancient beast in their old texts that they want to summon to kill the Possessor, which they themselves created. And that's his plan to get the pride of the Necromancers back, is to be the only ones who can stop the Demon Rush, even though they're the ones that started the Demon Rush. And Jimmy's like, this is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, they're not necessarily the smartest Necromancers in the world.
They also don't play by the same timelines as everybody else, but that's fine. And now Kays is going to show that he's a super badass by having a buzz cut and take his shirt off. Oh, I forgot to heal Jimmy. That was a mistake. Oh well, guess I don't care.
He altered his body.
Alright, so that's good. That actually worked exactly as I wanted it to. I just really don't want Kays to go try to melee Claire. As long as he doesn't try to do that, we're in good shape. And I got the poison to stick right away, so that's huge. Oh, that's even better. That ability is actually why I had Cook run away. I didn't want to get Cook caught in that, because it is an AoE effect, and we are going to get access to that ourselves later.
Oh, yeah.
Pop, right in the face. I still have renewals. This is why I had to check my renewals earlier. I absolutely need to keep Jimmy alive for this entire fight. It's one of those fights where the scripting is a little funny. Kays will show priority over killing Jimmy. So if you can keep Jimmy upright, you can keep Kays in place, just beating up Jimmy over and over and over again.
And well, it makes sense. He's Kays' son.
Yeah, and that's my favorite part about Jimmy, as I mentioned before. My like the best thing about Jimmy that will be written on his tombstone is how much I loved it when he got killed over and over and over again for my enjoyment. He's a real sweet fellow, that dude. When possible, I want Kent to be the one that throws the renewals, although he's so slow that it's not going to happen very often. But yes! Alright, cool. That's actually a very dangerous fight, but that went a lot better than I was expecting. So now Jimmy wants a little minute.
Really well.
Jimmy needs a minute alone with his dad because he just murdered his dad.
Oh.
You're a bad guy, Jimmy.
And we get to see Jimmy's face.
Yep, they have a heartfelt moment. I think Jimmy's supposed to be about 17 at this point in the story. RB leader, Kent is still alive because of his immortality medallion. Which makes as little sense as you would expect.
Yeah, right. you can't die if you got immortality. Come on.
So Kays tells Jimmy, instead of summoning the Destructor, you should kill the Destructor. And Jimmy's like, okay, I will. We won't be doing that. We don't care about Jimmy. This is Jimmy's bad ending because we don't do that. And then Claire and Jimmy are bonding because Claire killed her mother and Jimmy killed his father, and now they have something in common. But we're not done here. We actually have some stuff to do down in the basement.
Why does Jimmy wear a cape?
Because he's a superhero.
Like, I think that's the most confusing thing to me. He's like, a cape and a baseball cap. Yeah, my name's Jimmy.
Alright, so I don't really care about healing anybody here because we're not going to fight any of these enemies. Claire is so fast that even if I get ambushed, there's a good chance that she'll go first. And I'm just going to stay way down here to avoid aggroing anybody, and then you're not supposed to be able to go up here, but it's pixel perfect to go right in between the buildings. I'm also going to dodge this guy here. He's going to chase me around, and it's going to get real scary, but we're going to beat him to the door.
Okay.
And now we're going to let Jimmy have a moment alone in his house.
Oh, time to be left alone more, Jimmy.
And he only needs about 10 seconds in his house, so we're done here. We're going to go back to the ship.
Usually when I go visit old places in my life, I just stand there for 10 seconds and leave.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. When I go to visit my parents, I prefer to be there for about 10 seconds, too. Just kidding, Mom. I think I can race these guys out the door. Yep, there we go. Alright.
Okay, I'm trying to remember what happens next. It's been so long since I've played this.
Alright, well, the first thing, actually, we're not done with this yet. I don't know why I'm doing all this crap. I need to change my party around. We're going to do some not fighting. But now we need this jerkface and also Cook and Alberto. Cook, Alberto, Pound. That's right. There we go. And I'm also going to make Alberto put his clothes back on. And we're going to give the diamond plate to Kent. Kent is going to put on the diamond plate, and he is now equipped for most of the rest of the game.
Oh, good.
We need to go to... Oops. I need to go back to Thormia. Go back to Thormia, you doof. There we go. Ah, look at that space travel. It's beautiful. Oh, it's the best. Alright. Now, we need to go back to the pyramid, because of course we do. And there's a very weird skip coming up, and if I don't get it, then I need to reload, because there's a fight that will summon I absolutely cannot win. But this is a plot-required point of the game. Oh, I did miss one other thing. I need to go back to go visit Thalassa. I did that on my last run, too. Oops. There's a minute that I won't get back.
Well, I mean, that happens.
In this game, there's so many weird events and counter-events that it's so easy to forget what the next step is.
Yeah, I always had like this thing of notes open that I would read through. I have no idea where my notes are anymore, but...
Here's Fleming's dad, and we're like, we want the key and we'll beat you up if we don't get it. And he's like, okay. Thanks, dude. He's very cooperative for being the leader of the bad guys in the secret evil lab that makes zombies. He also blames us for Fleming's death, but Fleming's not actually dead.
It's like all the other characters in the game, or the bad guys, they're like, you have to murder me and I'm going to take my shirt off. And then this guy's like, oh, don't punch me.
I just like it that he blames you for her death, but we actually skipped her. She never died.
Oh, well, yeah. It's complicated.
So here we open this, we find a secret door, and I got the skip, so that's good. And then the second half of the skip, that script will actually fire if I advance the dialogue, but I can force different dialogue to override the script by showing Pound a new skill. So that's good. That part's done.
Yeah.
We're on to my last page of notes. What's next? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you guys like grinding, because that's the next part of the game. Ugh.
Oh, get ready for the grind.
Oh,
this is the best part. Everybody get your football dinosaurs ready, okay?
Yep, get your football dinosaurs ready. Get your foam fingers. That's what we're doing here. We have a lot of some nothing to do here. There we go. All right, get that done, and we want lots of speed. And I want to commit to my stat growth, and I need lots of items. Sell any crap that I don't need. Get rid of this clarity. That looks fine to me. Get the revolver out of here. Get the thief suit out of here. All right, looks like I'm good on special breads for her, but I need renewals like crazy pants. All right, that should be pretty good for right now.
Did you say you needed crazy pants?
Renewals like crazy pants.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I got distracted. Ooh.
Like crazy pants? That's kind of weird, man. Yeah, get those football dinosaurs out. Show them off.
Oh boy.
All right, here we go. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. The first 3 or 4
someone is
fights
happy
are super
they
scary.
just got home to see the grind.
Oh, I missed that. I don't have the item yet, so this isn't actually all that helpful. I want these ice guys most of the time. These guys are actually exactly the type of enemy that I want to fight. But I did not yet loot the item that I want in here, which is a fault of mine. I made a mistake. That's okay. It won't cost me too much time, but... Okay, it's expected that every single attack is going to kill me, which is why I have so many renewals. The goal is to kill like 5 guys on my way through here. Even Stun Strike only does 1 damage. This guy has somewhere in the region of, jeez, I can't even add up in my head right now how much HP this dude has. It's an absurd amount of HP. Special bread thyself, lady. Oh, come on.
What is this enemy? It's an ice guy.
Yeah, it's an ice dude. He's an ice guy.
He's cool.
Oh, that was cold.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm so tired I can't really like think of anything that's brilliant.
Well.
Or dumb. I'm just a void right here, okay? The void that is on the microphone.
Well, the good news is we are actually very close to the end, provided that I can ever get poison to stick. My god. I've had some runs where poison doesn't stick. This is about near my record for the worst poison hits.
This is
there
ridiculous.
We go. Alright, we finally got poison to stick. Now I need poison to stick twice, so we might be here a little while. But aside from that, it's going great.
How good?
Let's see. Right now, Claire's MP is way more powerful than Pound's MP. That will change. But for the time being, that is the case. Haha, get wrecked. You can have this sword. The ultimate goal is to try to get as far to the right as possible. Grimora, I think you just pee on it.
How do you poison ice?
You pee.
Like, that's a really good question in chat.
Are you trying to tell me you've never poisoned ice before? Actually, you know what? I have a cocktail shaker in the other room. That is exactly how you poison ice.
Oh, okay, yeah. Good point. There you go. That's your answer, Grimora.
Yep, vodka. Vodka poisons your ice. Oh, not Aura. Not Aura. Whew! Don't want to do that. So Aura is an ability that Pound has that we'll never use. It's essentially a melee attack that uses the way the game works for magic, so it overrides physical resistance. Which would be totally great if we ever wanted Pound to be anywhere near a melee, but we absolutely do not. Yes! Alright, 1 down. That might seem like a bizarre thing to celebrate, but killing anything in this area is incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Alright, this is
look
actually
at all that experience.
This is going to boost Claire's damage by about 29 times over. Literally about 29 times over. And while we're out of combat, I'm going to take this time to top off MP, which might seem overly trivial, but it's actually incredibly important. Okay, that looks good. See ya. Alright. Alright. Looking good. This item we want to be on Cook, and Cook is now going to be our replacement for Alberto. He is going to be stealing stuff all day long, and that's how we're going to survive a lot of these more dangerous fights. Yep, this is bad. If this is an ambush, I'm screwed. Yep, this is really bad. Ooh, this could go really poorly. Oh, no, he decided to go after Cook. I guess I don't care. You can have this poison dart,
you got
nerd.
the Razor Fan.
So the Razor Fan is almost completely useless to me. What I want is Ice Dudes and Beef Jerky Eyeballs. Shoutouts to Meta Sigma for naming the Beef Jerky Eyeball.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to get Cook to have exactly 1 turn before I end this fight, but I need to be incredibly cautious. Every single time somebody is down, I need to spend the action of the next character, bringing that character up to life, because if I have 2 characters die, this guy is faster than me, and will actually wind up double turning and killing my party.
Oh, for sure.
Alright, I got what I wanted out of Cook. So that's good. Alright, this is actually going very well now. I think I'm in pretty good shape.
Good, good.
I want to fight at least one of every single enemy, but I want 3 more ice guys and 2 more beef jerky eyeballs of whatever else I fight. The only enemy I really don't want to see is the one that everybody in chat wants to see.
Football dinosaur.
Never did I think I'd be on the opposite end of the football dinosaur meme.
Oh my gosh, he wrecked me during RPG Limit Break, okay?
That was the first video I ever saw from RPG Limit Break.
Yeah.
Alright, we're looking good, we're looking good. That's actually incredibly good. Let's go ahead and give that to Claire. That's going to make things a lot safer for me. And once again, it seems trivial, but I'm going to be using Special Bread outside of combat as often as humanly possible. And it's going to make the game substantially safer. I'm going to pick this up because I can get a ton of money for it. I'm going to make a safety save. And actually, this is a good chance for me to go back to the ship. This is sort of like that spot in the floating continent where you can jump back down to the airship. And this is why the grind is important. I fought 2 guys. Oops, not that one. This one, please. Thank you. 2 guys got fought. And look how many stat points I have from it. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get speed for you, and attack value, and attack value, and attack value. And we're going to apply bonuses, many boni, and all this crap. Oops, I got a little bit more to do. Come back here, you. I need some of this garbage. There we go, that looks pretty good. And also, I ran out of special breads, and I want more renewals. And more renewals is a recurring theme, let me assure you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go ahead and sell... I did steal something, didn't I? No, I didn't. Somebody has something I wanted to sell. Veteran Blade, I guess? Oh, there it is. Ultra Rifle. Yep, there we go. And that's going to give me more room for more renewals. And special breads. And more renewals. You can never have enough renewals, I assure you. I don't know why I bought a tablet. That was great. I'm also going to rest. Alright, looking good, looking good. Alright, we've chosen a destination, Joe. We got more grinding to do, but we're almost done, actually. We're going really well.
Yeah.
The gate of grinding is when I have 3 Hydro Bandanas and 3 Pyro Bandanas, although I can get away with just 2 Hydro Bandanas, I found out in some playtesting I did. This is an enemy I actually wanted to see. This is the Beef Jerky Eyeball. Beef Jerky Bro, we like him. He's a good guy. We're gonna blast him with Mind Spike. Mind Spike now is doing 90 damage instead of the trivial, like, 30 points it was doing earlier. And that's largely because of the 2 fights I already did with Pound.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I should note that we just straight up do not care what party member he targets. It does not matter at all, because he's going to one-shot whoever it is anyway. But I am going to equip the Pyro Bandana, because he does occasionally use fire attacks, and he'll go after Claire if he can. I'm just going to go ahead and fight it. Blade Copter, Mind Spike. Here we go. So that is why I equipped the Pyro Bandana. It is actually much safer. I get to double turn, I don't have to waste time using renewals. And it means I make fewer trips back to the ship, so this is going to save quite a lot of time in terms of the grind. But once again, it is still incredible.
The eyeball is so cute.
He is the coolest.
Oh yeah.
But it is still incredibly important that I don't skimp
blinks and you die
on who gets renewaled and when. I can't, like, take risks and say, okay, well, Cook will do it when his ATB refreshes, because Beef Jerky Eyeball will just wreck my face.
Yeah.
Now, Claire is the most important character here for a whole bunch of different reasons, but being so fast means that she is going to get double turns on most of these enemies after I get a couple grind fights done, and that's going to give me the chance to get really risky, which I can't do just yet, but we're getting close. She is going to use a special bread on herself to free up a little bit more room, and I got another fight to do down here. Yes! Alright, this is going great. The ice dudes are the hardest guys to find in here, but they're also the most important.
Oh yeah. Do you think they're hard to find just because they're the most important, so it feels like you're finding all the others a lot more?
It's hard to say with such a small sample size, but it certainly feels like there's something to it that they're rarer than the other types. I think Beef Jerky Eyeball and the Fan Guy are more common, and they have fewer HP. The Ice Guy and Football Dinosaur have 150% of the experience, or the HP that the other enemies do here. I also can't run from these enemies, so if things go real bad, they just go real bad, and that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yep.
But this is going very well. That's one Hydro Bandana down. I'm going to need 2 more Hydros, and also, not fight, just defend. And 1 more Pyro, and then we're good on items, and I just have to get experience points. Very, very rarely do I get to the experience point threshold that I want to be at without collecting all of the items I need, but it does happen sometimes. To answer the chat, Football Dinosaur at this point would actually not be a danger.
Yeah, if he's your first fight, then you get wrecked. Almost every time.
Even if he's your first fight, as long as you spread out, it's not too bad. You just have to not get greedy with the renewals. Pretty much 100% of it is whether or not you get greedy on renewals. As long as you play it safe, there's no reason to worry. Oh, Professor Ness, you get like 100 points. That is a great pun. This room that I'm grinding in is actually incredibly dangerous to grind in, but we're going to do it here anyway just because of the convenience.
I got another Wind Guy.
Wind Guy is not a problem. He only gives us experience points. There's no items I want from him, but I am going to steal anyway. 1, because it puts Cook where he needs to be to tank. And 2, because I'm going to be selling those to pay for speed upgrades for Claire.
Yeah.
I bought 1 special bread for you, and this is the reason why. So, the character I care the most about here is Claire, in terms of getting experience points, because she is the lowest level character in my party. That did 0 damage because I changed my equipment in mid-fight. This guy is nearly dead. Remind me in a minute to use special bread so that I don't go into the next fight with no MP.
Okay.
Now, as long as the grind is over by 3 hours, 20 minutes, and it should be, easily, I'll be on an easy world record pace.
Cool, cool.
This is what I was saying earlier about the grind being a little bit easier now.
Yeah, I'm just... Like, honestly, half an hour. You should be finished within half an hour.
I should be pretty easily finished in half an hour. That was a good fight. And items, we need to use special bread on Pound. We're going to use some more special bread on Claire. I need to free up some inventory space on Claire, so we're going to use her special bread. And that looks pretty good. Everything here looks saucy. Alright, good. We're going to fight this guy. Yes! Alright, this is great. I actually technically could finish the run with the item I'm going to steal from this guy. I'd be way under-leveled, but I could attempt to do it, and it would not necessarily be instant death for me.
I've tried that. I just want you to know, I've tried going in, and I got destroyed, so... Like, technically you could give it a shot, but...
This is me getting greedy now because this has gone so well. My speed stat on Claire is high enough against the ice guys that I can actually get 2 turns against them, so... Yeah, go ahead and cast ice spells. Nobody cares. Wuss. You got nothing. Get mine spiked, son. Throw a blade copter because that's just how I do. Alright, another blade copter. We're almost there.
Good, good.
He's gonna punch Kent, I think. Or just nuke Kent. I guess that's cool too. But once again, I'm fast enough it doesn't matter. Almost there. Come on. Alright. I think 1 more tick of poison will probably get me there.
Yeah, probably so.
There we go. That looked good. Okay. So basically the routine is I want to empty this room, and then I'm going to go back to the ship, and I'm going to buy new items to fill my inventory again, sell off the crap that I stole, and reallocate my points. And every time I do it, it's going to get a lot faster. So I'm going to do items first. I'm going to sell, not from you, from you. I need to sell this Atmo bandana. I'm going to buy a bunch of renewals. Oops. And special breads. That looks pretty good. I'm going to go to the machine here. One thing that I also do that differs quite a lot from the world record run is we're going to put a ton of speed into Pound, and that's because Pound needs to double turn some enemies in the final encounters. So we really want that. It's going to make the final fights a lot safer. And we are just going to pump speed for all the characters as often as we possibly can, which is one of the reasons why I want to keep stealing those bandanas, even though I don't have any use for them. There we go. That looks good. That looks really good. Alright, back to the grind. We're almost there. Every single one of these fights is worth 8 experience points. I said like 2 hours ago that the experience for the enemies works on a system.
Did you apply them, by the way?
Probably not. Thank you. I said earlier that the experience works on a system where each enemy is worth 1 experience point, bosses are worth 5, special enemies are worth 8. These dungeons have only special enemies, they are all worth 8, and that is why we are grinding here. Even though it's super slow to kill any of them, it's still way faster than killing 8 enemies in a normal location. Well, crap.
Football dinosaur! Oh my gosh.
Alright, everybody get hype in the chat. Now is your chance.
It is a football dinosaur. This is what I play this game for. Well, haven't played it in a while.
It's what you will be playing it for. Because you will play it again soon, I promise.
Oh boy.
Now, Football Dinosaur was a real bro this time around. It didn't show up until after I'd already gotten a bunch of grinding done, so he's not super dangerous.
Yeah, that really helps.
So, fun fact about Football Dinosaur, he actually has 3 eyes. That's not a joke,
really?
That's a real thing. He really does actually have 3 eyes. If you get him to walk downwards towards the camera, he'll show you all 3 of his eyes.
That's a little bit creepy.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Okay.
It makes Football Dinosaur even that much more magical.
Oh, man.
Here, have a sword copter. Oh, bam. Kent's about to get wrecked. Good night, Kent. Nerd. Alright, now he's back. He wasn't gone long. Kent's HP, by the way, is super high because I keep pumping every single point he has into it, and that is a very big deal. Oops, I don't know why I had you defend, that was silly. Because now when I use renewals on him, he comes back with a zillion hit points up.
Oh yeah, that makes a huge difference.
Also, if I use medicine items on him, he gains like 100 hit points now. Let's see, we're going to special bread for you, we're going to special bread for you, we're going to use this tablet up because I don't even know why I have this tablet. It's 44 points of health for Cook, so it actually worked out pretty good. Somebody in the chat said I'm not a fan of this monster, and I approve.
We're back to the wind one.
Yes.
Yeah, you really need some... What do you need now? Fire?
I need 1 more fire, 1 more hydro.
1 more hydro. Okay.
Mostly what I need is just experience points, so I'm not too worried about what enemies I'm fighting now. But 1 more hydro, 1 more fire would make for a very safe final run. Well, as safe as this game can get. It can still definitely troll me.
Oh yeah.
But we're in pretty
so
good shape.
Important thing, these bandanas, everybody in chat, prevent you from taking any elemental damage for that specific element. So 1 more hydro bandana and they will be invulnerable to water.
Did I never actually apply poison to this guy? I guess I never did. Well, that was silly.
Well...
Poison does so much damage, it's still actually faster to apply it. That won't necessarily be true soon, because Pound's damage is going to go so stupidly high that he's actually going to do more damage than Poison does, and it won't be worth the time having him use an item.
Pretty much.
I'm also going to go through special breads a lot faster than renewals now, because the grinding is safer, and because pound has such a high speed stat. Alright, that one pretty good. Once again, use my items out of combat. This time I want to free up some space over here, so we're going to use some special breads on these party members, and also I need to give the Geo Bandana to Claire, so that if we find another football dinosaur, the football dinosaur is pretty much inept. There we go. So actually, at this point, the fan monsters are a pretty welcome sight, because they are the weakest of the 4 enemies we can fight here. They die very quickly.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And your attacks specifically do well against them.
Yeah, they have very
Blade Copter does a lot more damage against it than most of the other enemies here.
Now, I still do want to see one more ice guy, one more beef jerky eyeball, if I can. I'm not going to worry too much about whether or not I see it, but it is a preference. But I'm going to go back to the ship basically every single time that I completely empty this room, rather than going deeper into the area, because then the area can control you by respawning all the enemies. And if you run out of items, then there's no reason to be here, you're just dead.
You know, a lot of people make fun of this game, and to be fair, we've made fun of this game a lot, but at the same time, you know, there's a lot of work that went into it, a lot of good ideas, and to be fair, it's functional, and it's, I would say that it's more than a lot of people would be able to complete, you know, as a project.
I would agree with that. So, I mean, there's everything in the game is pretty bad, but the fact of the matter is, he did all the work himself. It was a one-man team.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I could probably draw a little better, and I could certainly make better music, but I can't program a game. I don't have all 3 of those skills. Find me somebody who does. It's hard to find somebody who can do all 3 things. Oh, I forgot to put the Pyro Bandana on. Well, whatever. I need to free up some inventory space anyway.
Oh, geez, Claire. 284 damage? So much.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not worried about that. And neither is Claire. She's fine now. Womp womp womp. So one more ice dude, and this grind is incredibly, incredibly good. This is actually going about as well as any grind I've ever had.
Yeah, this is going a lot better than most of the grinds I've had.
Yeah, this is actually going very well. Back to the ship to restock on supplies, reallocate my stats, and I think probably one more trip in here is going to be pretty good. Let's go ahead to the machines. I want to get some more speed on pound. I want to get a lot more magic stat on pound. Magic on pound, magic on pound. Kent needs more HP. And
yeah,
attack. That looks pretty good. And you can see that Pound's magic stat now is absolutely ludicrous, but not as silly as the HP stat that Kent has.
Oh, yeah.
And Claire's speed is higher than any character should ever reach in this game. I need to sell Atmo Bandana and Atmo Bandana. I'm actually good on Pyro Bandanas now, so that's pretty cool. As before I mentioned, the special breads now have become more important than a lot of the other items I could be lifting. Plenty of space there, space enough. Over here, this looks good, except the combat knife is clogging the inventory up. I don't really care. Yeah, it looks fine. And as long as I finish the grind in the next, like, 10 minutes or so, we're good to try and make the final run about 20 minutes ahead of the current world record doing it. So this looks pretty good, unless something goes wrong.
I wanted to go right, but a little sliver of my heart, tiny little sliver of my heart wants to see things not go that well. But it's a very small sliver, okay? Very small.
I don't blame you for that one bit. I can completely empathize. I need to take a look at where my experience lies.
I want to echo... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to echo what a lot of people are talking about in chat. The thing is, you know, this whole marathon is about coming together and celebrating a lot of these games that most of them have like some brilliant ideas and some terrible execution. And honestly, it's just fun to celebrate both of those.
I unironically enjoy playing this game, and I know that it's crap. I'm not going to tell anybody that it's not crappy. But like getting up and getting ready for this marathon actually was sort of a satisfying ritual. I actually kind of like playing this crap. Now the grind is going a lot faster now, as you can see. I'll probably have to empty like one more room.
Oh, very nice. Man, where's the ice dude? You need the ice dude.
I'm okay without the ice dude. I think we're fine. Worst case scenario, I can make it work with 2. Alright, I think this fight's a piece of cake. Take that, sword. Ba-bam! I need to use more bread out of combat again. I forgot to do that last time, so I'm a little low on MP. But the fights are going so fast now that it should be fine. Let's see, items, special bread on yourself, special bread on Claire, and then we need to free up some inventory space for Claire. That looks pretty good. And then, hey, a beef jerky eyeball. I love those.
Oh, man.
Beef jerky eyeballs die fast. They have very low defense, just like the fan guys.
Yep.
So really anything that isn't a football dinosaur is a welcome sight. Pyro bandana.
Oh, poor Claire.
She'll be fine. Rub some dirt on it, Claire. You're good. Please stick. Thank you. I think I can probably finish this room and then finish the grind without going back to the ship. Which would be ideal, because it cuts me like 2 minutes every time I have to go back to the ship and rearrange my items and stuff.
Yep.
It's a little bit of a greedy strat, but things are going so well right now, I don't think I have to worry about that.
Let's see. Ah, jeez. I really want you to find a nice guy. A nice guy and an ice guy, okay?
Let's see.
Because the ice guy is a nice guy.
I'm using the renewal there just to get it out of my inventory because I've stolen so much crap I've run out of inventory space. You know we've come far when I don't even need to worry about having renewals in my inventory anymore. The enemy name, by the way, is Windmill. Very creative name.
Windmill.
Ah,
That's a
crap.
good name.
Bummer that Claire bit it, because I really want her to get some experience points.
Ah, dang it.
Let's see. You need to use renewal on her, I guess. We'll make some space this way. That's one way to do it. And then special bread, and Claire needs to use special bread, and special bread. And I've cleaned this room out, so I'm actually going to reset the room and kill a couple more guys. We are getting very close to the threshold of experience that I need to win.
Cool.
I would like to have this grind done in the next 4 or 5 minutes tops.
Seems doable. Now there's one other large enemy in this grind section. Are you going to go fight him?
I will not be doing the optional super boss. That is a backup strat that I have if I got the wrong enemies in the complex, but since I already got all the bandanas I need, I will not be going to fight him. The benefit to him is that he's guarding a treasure box that has a bandana that gives you protection from all elements, so you don't need to move your equipment around. And obviously, since I need 3 water resist bandanas, that saves me a little bit of time, but since I got the 2 that I needed, plus all 3 of the fire ones, I'm not going to worry about it.
Gotcha.
We're getting close. I'm going to finish this room off, and then I'm going to go back to the ship, and we should be good. Hello, Football Dinosaur.
Oh, yeah. Football Dinosaur.
So fun fact about Claire.
Football Dinosaur.
Claire has this poison attack that I keep casting all throughout the run, and it's based on Claire's attack stat as compared to the enemy's defense stat. The way that that's going to work with Football Dinosaur with such a huge defense value is that my poison doesn't stick very often. That's one of the reasons why Football Dinosaur is such a pain when you're going through here and doing your grind, because especially before you've gotten a lot of experience for her, she's got a terrible attack stat as compared to where you need it to be to hit enemies that look like this. Now, the unfortunate part about Football Dinosaur is that killing him is about 25 seconds slower than killing any other enemy here. So, hope you like Football Dinosaur, because he spends a lot of time on screen, unfortunately for me.
Yeah, I'm just remembering, you know, during the RPG Limit Break run, I was so sleep deprived, and it was like 4 in the morning, and everybody was yelling about Football Dinosaur. And it was like the best time.
I'm actually going to put on the
Geo
Bandana. Geo Bandana means that when he uses that Earth attack, it's not going to hurt Claire.
Yeah.
There we go. Dead Football Dinosaur. We need to use some special bread. Special bread, special bread. Another eyeball. We haven't gotten another ice dude yet. It's been a long time since we've seen an ice dude. You can see Pound now is doing some absolutely absurd damage. That's part of the plan. Put the Pyro back on. Might as well steal. Blade Copter. I get 3 actions to the Beef Jerky Eyeballs 1 now because Claire's speed stat is so high. And he's going to waste his actions casting fire spells that don't do damage.
And also Blade Copter, yeah, it really helps. Deals a good amount of damage, stuns the enemy. I don't know, it's just a great... Throwing your sword doesn't seem like a good idea normally.
But it's super
You usually
good.
want to hold on to it, but yeah, this just huck it across the room. I don't know how it gets back, but it gets back.
Somehow every time, yeah, like clockwork. Alright, my experience point total is a little lower than I want it to be, so I'm going to have to do just a little bit more killing of stuff. But I am still ahead of schedule for where I want to be, so this is pretty good.
Well, good.
The game is cooperating in a way that it usually does not.
Yeah.
Blade Copter your face. Yeah, get wrecked.
Yeah, this grind is pretty much terrible, but it's required. Like, there's no way.
There is a reason we're doing it, and the reason will be very apparent when we go to the final boss rush, but we are very, very, very close to the end of it, so mercy is in sight. Ah, Football Dinosaur.
Yeah, Football Dinosaur. It's gonna be a Football Dinosaur. Oh man, I love this guy so much though.
I know you do, it's terrible. Have poison, please.
Terrible? You mean terribly awesome. Come on.
Interesting theory. But not exactly what I had in mind, no.
Now, if you had to turn into any of the enemies in this game, Football Dinosaur would be right up there towards the top.
Oh no, I would turn into the Destructor.
Well, I mean, I guess. I'm trying to remember.
You never fought the Destructor. You didn't even know it was in the game. That is an optional super boss that gives Jimmy the happy story ending.
Aw, Jimmy.
And you never did it because nobody likes Jimmy.
Though?
Yeah, nobody likes Jimmy. Jimmy is the absolute worst.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Football Dinosaur. Please die faster.
He's trying, but not trying hard enough.
My finger that mashes the S key is very, very, very tired. So much mashing in this game, it's so bad. Please Blade Copter him to death, thank you. Okay.
I mean, technically, you could do a 100% run and get everybody's happy story.
I could. It would be terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I will eventually anyway, because it's something I had in mind, but yeah, it is trash. Would not recommend, but I will do it anyway. Especially if this run goes as well as I am sincerely hoping it does. I guess I'll just move you up here and blade capture you. I ran out of inventory space with him. That would have been a real bummer if I fought the ice guy finally, and then the ice guy couldn't be looted.
Oh yeah, that would be terrible.
I have to remember to empty some of his inventory space after this. KowalLazy, I actually have done all challenges. For people who don't know, there's a challenge mode outside of the actual storyline of the game that's... it's unique. Actually, I'm not going to fight this guy, I'm just going to leave. I'm at my experience.
I've never actually done the challenge mode. I think I've looked at it, and then I was like, nah.
Alright, let's go sell some crap. I have way too much crap in here. We don't need Atmo bandanas, even though I have about 100 of them. I don't need Geo bandanas. That's more than enough items that I'll use later. Okay, that looks pretty good. We're going to give a Pyro bandana to Pound. We're going to give a Hydro bandana to Pound. We're going to give a Hydro bandana to Claire. Oh, she's out of inventory space. She's going to give a Renewal to Pound. We're going to give the Hydro bandana to Claire. That looks pretty good. Okay, and then we need to move some stats around. We're going to really inflate this magic stat. And I have so much money that I can use for this crap. There we go.
Oh boy.
Oh, come on. There we go. And a little bit more, and a little bit more, and... not HP. We need you to have some attack. And a whole bunch of speed. And some more attack. And if you thought my party was doing pretty well on the grind before, now I'm going to go fight some enemies that are not like special endgame bonus dungeon enemies, and it's going to be a lot easier.
Holy crap, all of that magic on Pound. I love it.
Yeah, this is why the grind is so cool. I know it sucks because it's like 30 minutes of watching me grind, but it's totally worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, fingers crossed, guys. Here we go. We're going to go for the final boss rush. I forgot to need to be on Earth for that, though. So let's go ahead and go to Earth. And the last thing I need to do before I go to the final boss rush is fix my party alignment. Jimmy needs to be where Pound is. Oops, come on. Pound is over here. Jimmy up. Alberto to here, I think. Yep, and Cook goes up. Claire goes forward. This looks about right. Okay, we're on Earth. We need to go to the previous capital. This is where the demons make their headquarters. We are standing up to the Demon Rush. Welcome to the Demon Rush.
Yeah, Demon Rush time.
Real. We're actually going to rush some demons. Now take a look at my speed stat, particularly on Claire. Oh, it's her turn already. Let's go. See you later. And we're going to the next fight. And here's the screen transition. And it's Claire's turn. We're out of here. Good, good, good.
It's so good.
And we are out of here. What up, dude? I can actually get ambushed by every single one of these guys, and it almost doesn't matter. It's like half a second faster to get the attack myself. Oh, I almost made it. I'm gonna get ambushed again. No, I made it. I actually dodged two guys. That's actually really hard to do. So I've got 15 minutes to finish the boss rush.
That's nuts.
It is a tough sprint. Alright, sprint after me. I think I can make this one too. Almost made it. Alright. If the final boss rush goes well, then I'll probably world record this.
Yep. Everybody cross your fingers. Here we go.
Wow, that was a frame perfect skip. Yes!
Oh, holy crap! That is hard to do.
I didn't.
That is nuts.
I don't even know why I went for that. I was going to go for the safety strat. All right, get out of here, Kevin. That's Kevin McAllister, by the way, the star of Home Alone.
Oh, poor Kevin.
We're going to put the pyro bandana on. Equip that, please. We are going to... Oops, not you. Equip your pyro bandana, and we are going to equip your pyro bandana. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's already equipped. Good stuff. Good stuff. Safety save, and here we go. Final boss rush, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, game. Please cooperate. All right. So Thormia...
Thormia!
Not a big deal.
No, not at all.
Thormia is a bit of a joke. Thormia still has all of his attacks from earlier in the game, but I'm so fast that I get 4 or 5 actions to Thormia's 1, and my damage threshold is stupid high from Pound and from everything else, and I guess I'm just going to go hang out with Thormia. Hey, Thormia, what's going on? I'll Blade Copter Thormia. I'll defend in front of Thormia. Good job. Way to deal 20 damage. You're a hero. So the Thormia fight's super easy. The hard one's coming up immediately after Thormia.
Yeah.
I think we should be in good shape.
That'll be interesting.
So the next Blade Copter should probably kill her, or him. There we go.
Come on, Thormia, die.
So Thormia fight went well. I've got 13 minutes to finish the next 2 fights.
Everybody, get your what faces ready.
Ah, yes. Get wrecked, Thormia.
This game is too good. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Alright, time for Diamo, the Possessor, the starter of the Demon Rush. I'm going to start by killing ghosts. Ghosts are bad. We want them dead right away. Then, the reason we gave all this speed to Pound is for this spell. Oh, that's good damage. This other ghost is a problem. He's gone. We'll not deal with him today. These guys are basically just going to beat the crap out of my reserve party members. That's exactly what I want.
Yeah, your party's dead.
Yeah.
Well,
I want
the people who weren't part of the grind.
Them being dead is actually a bonus for me. Oh, I even got the dart to stick. That's good stuff. This kills... Oh, it
nice.
should kill most of the blue guys. Well, I guess we're going to fatality one of them to get rid of him. The blue guys are actually very dangerous. Jimmy, you don't get to have turns. Get out of here. Kill that blue guy. This last blue guy is probably going to go after Cook. Nope, he's going to beat the crap out of Claire. That's okay. I don't really care. Not explosion. Not explosion. That's the only thing I can do right now that would tank the run. Do you still have a renewal? Oh, you do. Jimmy actually is useful in the final battle. It's not really the final battle, by the way, but it might as well be. The fight after this is incredibly trivial. So these guys use an ability that makes it so you can't target them, so you actually have to go after the boss, which is a big bummer for a speedrun because it can waste a lot of time while you sit around using renewals on people and it'd be blade coptering guys as I'm able to, but there's nothing I can really do to speed it up. Eventually, Diamo will take enough damage that he doesn't do any actions anymore. And at that time, we'll know that I can just work on the little guys. But I still have to play it very safe.
Yeah, once he's not dealing damage, he's basically dead.
Alright, now I need to make sure that before the fight ends, I need to change to my Hydro Bandanas. Come on, Pound. I really don't want to advance the fight unless I have my Hydro Bandanas on. There we go. Alright, that's the scary fight done. World record should be a freebie.
Oh, holy cow. Wow, this is looking really good.
Yeah, if I finish in the next 10 minutes, 10 seconds, and I should, We'll get there. Do. This music's so good. This music is so good.
No, it doesn't even loop perfectly.
I don't care. This is why we got the hydro bandanas, and it's also why I can afford to cheat with only having 2 instead of 3. Normally you want to get 3 hydro bandanas for that specific effect. We're not going to do that. We're just going to keep chucking blade copters and casting Mind Spike on this boss. I'm even going to steal from it because I have that little respect for this boss. I'm just going to take its stuff. And
wait, you're going to steal from him?
Might as well. He's got a Grackleberry. It's good stuff. I like Grackleberries. Thanks.
Grackleberry. Oh, jeez.
If I get another action with Kent...
Oh, man.
Let's see. Always the safety strat in this game. Always. Never don't safety.
Yeah.
And I don't think Kent's going to get another turn, but if he does... He does. Okay. Swaggleberry.
You're using the Grackleberry?
Grackleberry is used.
Oh, man.
Get Grackleberried. Ugh. Claire's about to get Grackleberried.
I am so happy. I am so happy about the Grackleberry.
Done. Time. World record by 8 minutes. Yes!
Holy crap. Great man, Kowal. Great run.
Oh, now we need to enjoy the ending. We have to watch the ending. The ending's very important.
Oh, yeah.
We've got like 20 minutes of ending, so don't go away yet. But first I'm going to take 1 sec. Whew, that feels good. Okay, yep, I'm going to try to advance the dialogue a little bit slower. Please enjoy it. I think there's still some swears left, so if you have young children, don't have them watch the ending.
Oh, yeah, there definitely are.
Holy crap, thank you for all the GGs. Holy moly, look at those people. Thank you very much. All right, anyway. Ugh. So Jimmy's going off.
Quite 20 minutes of ending, but yeah, come enjoy the wonderful story.
Yeah. This is not a boss fight, even though it looks like it's about to be.
Yeah. I think it scares a lot of people at this point.
So Jimmy wanders off to go fight the Destructor by himself. The Destructor is actually the hardest enemy in the game. It's the optional super boss that is the most difficult to kill.
Yeah, good luck, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's wrecked. He's got no chance.
No chance.
This game does, in fact, have multiple endings, yes. And in the endings, actually, it scales. Every enemy, or every party member has a potential happy ending, or a sad ending, and we got the sad ending 100% of the way through.
Oh, yeah.
So Kent eats the sword that splits siphons as the absolute siphon, and now because of the immortality medallion, he is immune to damage, and also the sword that can stop him is eaten and in his belly. And
wait,
also,
is this actually the Skylight final boss?
I think it actually is, yeah.
What? Oh my gosh, I have to play Skylight now.
So Kent goes into space, and Space God apparently gives him infinite power.
Oh, good.
And then becomes a planet.
I love it. Maybe he's gonna go turn into a planet.
Yeah, that is a factual thing that happens. Oh yeah, and
Claire's father becomes a planet.
And Pound's father. Well, Pound's biological father. Claire's adopted father.
Oh, whatever. Still a father.
Yeah. And then, surprise, we're surrounded. Oh no! By Kevin Lambert, who's also Kevin McAllister. He's rigged up the whole place with irons and ropes, and like he buttered the stairs and whatever else. Covered the doorknobs in that really sticky goo from duct tape, and there's probably a spider involved. Also, a whole lot of these dorks in green shirts and ski masks. And No, they
You
have
could
Joe
just
hostage.
kill all these guys.
I totally could
Seriously.
smoke them, but they're threatening to kill Joe, and that's bad. We don't want Joe to die.
Joe, no! Don't
We like
kill
Joe.
Joe. We like Joe. Isn't he the mayor? Mayor Joe?
Mayor Joe, he's also our pilot.
Oh, Pilot Joe. That's right.
He was a prisoner for a while, too. But he's a pilot and a mayor. You know, Kevin is like, by the way, let's recap who all of you guys are. Like, this hasn't come up more than once. Oh, surprise, 3 of them got shot down. What's going on? Oh, these yellow dudes. Ah, get ready. Get wrecked. By the way, Joe called the police.
the police showing up.
That's basically it, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, by the way, I notified everybody who is supposed to be in a position of authority that you were here. And then he takes Knight hostage, and I'm like, go for it, whatever.
Oh no, he took Knight. Who cares? Literally, who cares?
And then this is supposed to be the story of redemption here. Because what we skipped in the plot earlier is that one time this happened with the same character taking Claire's mother hostage. And that's how Claire's mother died. Claire tried to rescue her by stabbing the hostage taker and accidentally stabbed her mother. So here's her redemption. She's going to go ahead and be put in the same position, except she might kill Knight.
Come on, Claire, do it. Well, either way.
And then Claire finds the heart to do it, and Kevin is dead right through the neck. Ooh, I bet that sucks.
Blech.
And he's got Lego feet. Claire, you killed that dude.
Wow, good job.
Killed him. Hooray.
Okay.
The Demon Rush finally ended after 3 long years. It kind of felt like it. The demons were still around, but in lesser numbers and unable to coordinate large attacks without Diamo. Due to Thormia's Life Connect combined with his enhanced power as the Shadow Dragon, the planet Thormia is in terrible shape. Earth militaries and governments are hard at work to fix it up, although the heavy damage by the Life Connect has a grim outlook. Cherry and Alberto have been reinstated into the Sky Corps by General Noble, who happened to have a complete change of heart about their criminal status after the Demon Rush ended. Side note, we sequence broke it, but you're actually supposed to go back and kill Noble. He's actually a cyborg. Jimmy has still not come back. We are very worried about him, but we must keep our hopes up. We can't think of him as dead like my father. My father. I can tell that Claire is having a hard time forgiving him for what he did, but I can't hate him for his actions at all. General Kent Falsh was a hero who unfortunately was overwhelmed by a power greater than him. Even if he did pursue the Absolute Siphon's power, intentionally or not, he was still brave enough to lead us against the demons. Never forget Kent Michael Falsh. Tratus General Pound Daniel Falsh, Chronicles of the Demon Rush. The end.
I love it. It's like, okay, everything is terrible, the end.
Yes, everything was terrible because we did none of the optional side stories. However, that does mean that for the next time that anybody runs this, and it might be me and it might be you, and who knows, it might be somebody out there, we could do a 100% run, and that would be beautiful. But as a side note, this was the last run of the night, right? So it's time for us to get whoever is still awake from the staff. And I think it would be a good idea if we all popped into the Marathon staff channel, maybe go back to the setup page for the Demon Rush, and say our thank yous to everybody, including the viewers and all the people who worked to make this happen.
Hopping over there right now. Thank you, Kowal, for that world record.